As the old saying goes, always be ready to answer the phone when the time for war calls, and who's better to answer the call than FSK Fadinator, the reigning, defending Xbox champion. Fadinator has learnt the hard way that a champion is always hunted from the moment they hear the words "and new." A champion must take on all comers. He strived in the jungle known as PrimeTime and even became the king. A king who's unstoppable, and forward pressure decimates the opposition, leaving them at his mercy. But what happens when he faces a man who doesn't know how to take a back step? Introducing SMB Mix-Ups, a man who can take the fight to all areas of the MMA game, a man who knows what it means to have the bright light surround him like a halo from the gods above. It is the one thing many men have tried to take from Fadinator, but tonight is his opportunity to send PrimeTime into the Twilight Zone and capture it. But first, in the co-main event of this action-packed card, we see two men looking on the champion's door in order to stake their claim to a title slot. A bantamweight fight not to be missed. TMM Storm, the original Michigan Mauler, an elite-level grappler whose overwhelming presence and furious takedowns make him a real threat to the champion's reign. His machine-breaking combinations that lead into a slam on your head, and not to mention his impeccable ability to read submissions of offense and defense. Storm has been just that, a Storm that has swept away the competition and left little to no doubt about his road to the championship. In order for Storm to kick the champion's door down, though, he must first defeat this man, Cavell, the Superman of the PlayStation division, an unbeaten phenomenon who doesn't let any man stand between him and his only goal since joining PrimeTime: to capture the belt, and not only capture it, but to win in a convincing fashion. His relentless combinations, force on the feet, make him a feared prospect who now looks for another spectacular victory. So, fighters and fans of PrimeTime, get ready for the battle, get ready for war, and get ready because your Saturday night starts right now. Welcome to PrimeTime 52.
What is going on, you beautiful bunch of savages? It is PrimeTime 52, as it was beautifully introduced by Doc in the back there. I am your host, Cyrus the Looney. We have a crazy night of fights ahead of us. And of course, joining me in the commentary booth, as always, is the one and only Mr. Humbledink and J Dime, also known as PrimeTime Dime. How you doing, lads?
Oh my god, it's PrimeTime 51, Cyrus. It feels like I haven't done this in forever. It's only been a week, J-Dime, but what a card we have again for the PrimeTime audience. We have at the top of the bill a title fight between Fadinator and Mix-Up, J-Dime. This one is going to be a
motherfucking banger.
Yes.
Listen to me. Fadinator is the man, the myth, the legend. And he's going against up and coming SMB Mix-Up. That's my boy right there. You know that. You know that, Humble. So you know I'm looking forward to that fight. Besides that, what fights are you looking forward to more than anything right now?
Oh, well, definitely, I've got to think I'm looking forward to my fight, Cyrus. You know it is. And the day I'm going to be fighting Johnny, an undefeated prospect. I think he's number 6 in the PlayStation rankings at the moment, while I'm sat pretty at number 10. And I've had some setbacks, but a good win over Sickwall last time. I'm going to bring the heat today and try and take Johnny out, and that's going to be a banger as well. I can guarantee that.
Yes, sir. I mean, look, you always bring the Action Brother fan-friendly favorite in and out of the booth for a reason. And like you said, tough threat up ahead of you. Johnny is a killer on that PlayStation side and has been making easy work of it. So I can't wait to see what happens in that bout. But honestly, top to bottom, phenomenal fights out here, J-Jam. BFAP Trixie, TFA Dragon. Those two guys are some really entertaining strikers and have a very diverse grappling game to go along with it. But of course, one of your favorites, I know, BFAP Dirty Dave up against Aaron. A little bit further down in that main card spot. Those two guys are going to be going at it. Very, very diverse set of fighters. Dirty Dave definitely going to have the edge in the grappling coming from that BFAP camp, but Aaron showing last time that he was able to, hang in that realm with some other opponents like Slick.
Hey, listen to me. Aaron always holds his own. Aaron's the underdog. You know what I'm saying? At one point, he couldn't grapple, but now Aaron is back and he's better. And like I said, Aaron has my support because he constantly makes improvements. So I'm looking forward to his fight.
Yeah, definitely. And that's number 10 Dirty Dave 2-0 against Aaron, who is 3-1 at the moment in the PlayStation division, who's at number 13. So Aaron can push himself right up the rankings up there, ready for a title shot. And we all know last time he fought, he had a street party, Cyrus. His mum was watching, his dad was watching, his nana were watching, his mate Dave was watching from next door. It was absolute pandemonium, a bit like Paddy Pimlet in London recently. Aaron has got a lot of followers tonight. We don't know who's going to be watching because he hasn't messaged us yet, but I guarantee there's a bunch of them.
Yeah, for sure, brother, for sure. And a couple of notable fights on the prelims as well, just to check it out there. TMM Reaper and Similo has been going back and forth in the chats for quite some time now, and honestly, they've been hyping up that fight fantastically. Can't wait to see those two guys throw down. Seems like both are very, very confident going into that one. Of course, a couple of my favorites from the PlayStation side as well. Mega Tony, Bullcut, Bully, KIA, Tadpole now on the PlayStation side as well, repping KIA Humble. But a sneaky fight for me is TMF Chinsworth up against Toasty Toes. Quite honestly, that's going to be a striker's delight. Those two guys are really, really going to bring the action. High-level strikers, and really going to get to kind of showcase it against somebody that they're going to be very familiar with, you know, being from the same camp as well there.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just looking at the card now, and I was really excited about Jakey Broomstick. I was really excited about Stormkill. Trixie versus Dragons, another one that's caught my attention. But Ned, my teammate versus BMF Stoyan, KIA versus BMF. It's a classic team versus team rivalry that's been going on for a long, long time, and that's not going to end today. As a new member of our team, Team Ned, who's been lighting me up, Cyrus, and training, he's going to be facing Stoyan, but also G Bucks, Macchio, Tadpole's fighting Million, BMF Million as well. BMF Million literally just fought for the Cage Rage title. He's been up and around there. I've constantly seen him in ranked. I think he was top 50 in the world as well at one point. And Tadpole, another KIA member. So a lot of KIA versus BMF going on tonight. I love it. I love to see it. Good matchmaking.
Yeah, for sure, man. Honestly, it makes for fantastic cards. We've seen it time in, time out. Both, you know, around the scene, but especially within Primetime MMA, it's been coming together. The matchmakers doing fantastic jobs as, you know, the ranking system has come into play as well. We've had a lot of work with that, but coming to fruition now, and we're seeing fantastic fights as a result. But talking about fantastic fights, Humble, just to chuck it back to you, up first we're going to be having TFA, the Pug, up against Motown's Finest, two high-level competitors on the Xbox side of things, and we've seen them in and amongst the top end of the rankings for, you know, a good old while, really, really putting on good showcases for themselves and their teams.
Yeah, 100%. And you know, these two competitors are going to come out and try and set off the night tonight in a way that they feel is fit, and that is always one of those things where, you know, whoever comes out here and can kind of perform and kind of show up, that's the person that's going to have a highlight and start the card and start this mood off right, J-Dime.
Yeah, and if y'all noticed, somebody picked the almighty Arnold Allen. My boy, he had a great performance against Dan Hooker recently. So let's see how he reacts here, because, you know, he's coming off the victory, so he got a nice pep in his step right now. So you know what side I'm on right now. Yeah,
we'll see if he comes out technical out here, Humble, tries to maybe play a little bit of footwork, or if he gets tagged, if he decides to plant and start throwing bombs like we saw very recently. Very, very active from the beginning. It seems like Pug is more than happy to walk forwards here, Humble, and put the fight to Rodriguez.
Yeah, it definitely is, and I love the style from Arnold Allen. We've seen a different side from him recently in his fight against Dan Hooker as well. That TriStar style, you know, the GSP, the Rory McDonald sort of style is sometimes it's picking your opponent off, being safe and defensively sound throughout. Obviously, we've seen Rory with that at Lawler, but that was a different sort of Arnold Allen that we've seen the other day, and it was nice to see, because that's what you've got to do to cement a title shot. And that'll be interesting to see if Pug kind of takes that approach, J-Dime, or he goes with that crazy style where they start rock and sock and robot.
Yeah, I think Pug with Arnold Allen should go to the body, because Yair has had his hands up high the whole time. Like, he's rarely blocked the body since this match has started. He just hasn't been throwing no body shots.
J-Dime calling for some body shots, and it may pay dividends. I have to say I probably agree with you, but the Pug is kind of been a bit, you know, well, I say a bit, very, very aggressive here, Humble, and he's starting to walk into a couple of shots as a result.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's basically offsetting his rhythm though. He's trying to throw singles, and then when he hits him with that 1 beat, he then switches it up with a 1 2 3 or something like that. But you can't walk into stuff, as you were saying right there, as he eats an uppercut and a straight, and that's knocked him down. And Motown now lighting him up.
This may be close to the end. Hey, this may be close. I don't know. because Arnold started off really slow. He gonna have to get his feet back. He'll have to regroup a little bit. But it seems like he's still getting tagged by Yair Rodriguez, Humble.
He definitely is, and one of the strategies I'd like to see Pug kind of go with in this one is kind of let Rodriguez.
Oh my God!
Kick you in the
That might be
face.
it,
It may be over. It may be over. It may be over. Oh, never mind. He has that post arm out. He has that post arm out.
Pug just about surviving. Gonna go for a
will he
guillotine, and my
choke?
God, he
Will
has
he
got
choke
great
him?
submissions. But
Not today though,
yeah,
Cyrus.
it looks like the escape's on, right? Looks like the escape's on.
He needed some sort
But
of
Arnold
plan.
needed this though. He needed this space because he was getting pieced up. He needed this little break right here.
I have to say, you know, his name says Motown's finest, but he's definitely one of KM's finest out here. He continues to impress when he steps in, you know, and steps into this cage, Humble. Honestly, time in, time out, the combinations we see, how creative he gets, the double rocks after going to the body. It's honestly been beautiful work so far.
Yeah, it has been nice work from Motown's finest, and he's just been picking them apart really well when he's coming in. He's been catching the rhythm and timing of the movement going forward with his opponent every single second of this fight so far. And Pug's going to have to mix up his feints, mix up his rhythm. He's going to have to do something different, J-Dime, because at the moment he's falling short and Arnold Allen is starting to get bruised up.
Yeah, Arnold's starting to take a little bit of a beating. So going into the corner, he got to figure out what adjustments he's going to make, because if he keep doing the same thing, he's going to keep getting pieced up and potentially finished, Cyrus.
Yeah, for certain, man, for certain. That stamina was starting to take problem. I think that Motown's finest heard Primetime Dime calling out in the back in that first round, because he tagged up that body very, very nicely. Honestly, what I'd like to see from Pug here, Humble, is him start to mix in some of his grappling. He showed us in the past that he's dangerous down there, so why not challenge M-Town, you know, since he's not having so much success on the feet?
Yeah, 100%. But I think he's got to stop going first. Like, counter his opponent. His opponent is going to... Motown's finest has got to throw crazy sort of kicks with Yair Rodriguez. And you've only lost one round. You're only one round down. It's a 3-round fight at the end of the day, and that's what you've got to go back to the corner and think, I am only one round down and I've only got to win 2 more. And now I know what my opponent's going to do. So you should have a clear game plan and a clear adjustment in this sort of round to kind of come out here and kind of take Motown's finest off that rhythm and off his game, J-Dime.
Yeah, I agree with you, but it don't look like he's doing anything different right now. Like, honestly, I think Motown, I'm not gonna say he can cruise. Yeah, here we go again. He may potentially get finished, because now Yair can start throwing them kicks too. He can start getting swaggy with it. He can start getting cute with the kicks now, Cyrus.
Yeah, he's really got Arnold Allen a bit compromised, but Pug is going to continue to push forward. How much longer can he continue to take this barrage, though? The strikes from M-Town's finest, honestly, they are beautiful. Start to finish, man. Start to finish, they've been absolutely on point. The accuracy, the power, and the creativity overall, Humble.
Yeah, he's just really good at not overexerting himself as well. He picks his shots, and his accuracy has been phenomenal so far. Oh, I get caught though, and look at that spinning heel kick coming through. This could be it. Arnold Allen is on a rampage.
Oh
He said, fuck that. Let's take his head off.
Arnold, will he make this comeback? Arnold needed that, because it looked like it was going left. He swayed it back right. Arnold, this is what you needed, Arnold. What will you do?
I said it a moment ago, do not count the Pug out. He is definitely fighting an uphill battle. He is compromised head health-wise, stamina not looking fantastic, but he is a dangerous player to the very end, Humble, and he shows it once again right there, continuing to try and capitalize on a little bit of momentum.
Yeah, I'd like to see him get like a count out. Sorry, get Motown's finest towards the fence and kind of control the distance that they're fighting, because at the moment they're both in the center of the octagon, and that's always going to favor the kicker. If you give the kicker a load of room to kind of work, he's then going to be able to kind of set up his shots, move into space, and also mainly get out when he doesn't need to fight anymore and kind of make you miss. You've got to kind of crowd him, get him against the fence, J-Dime, suffocate him, so every time he goes to kick, he lifts his foot off the ground and you're in his face.
Yeah, you're not supposed to give him space to kick, and maybe even make him kick in punching range so you can catch him with a hook too.
And this is it's testing times for both players right now. With the head health not looking fantastic, especially on the side of Pug, and he's getting tagged left and right. This is
another switch kick.
This is brutal, bro. This is brutal. Just really, really capitalizing on, you know, his opponent being worried about the low hands. Or the high kick even. Low hands.
It's not over though. It is not over, Cyrus. Arnold, listen to me. I seen a glimmer of hope. It is not over until the fat lady sings. The fat lady didn't sing yet. There's still one more round left. There's still one more round for Arnold to make an adjustment, but he has to go for broke right here, Humble.
Well, Did he get knocked down that round? Because I think he might have just got rocked a few times, but at the same time he got a knockdown as well. So
Arnold!
this could be lit. This could be lit. He's gonna get it.
Allen! Oh my God! Almighty! Arnold! Allen! Oh my gosh, with the
Curse of
comeback!
Arnold J. Dime.
The comeback! Oh my goodness!
You know what?
The comeback!
Couldn't happen to a better guy, bro. Yeah, genuinely, the Pug is he's a good guy. He really works hard on his craft. Leads the TFA, does a bunch of work in the back, and you've talked about it before. There, Humble. Sometimes that can take away from some of your performances when you start to take up some other responsibilities around these cards. But he came through here with one hell of a comeback. I mean, Motown's Finest looking as clean as ever to get that finish to capitalize on the momentum that was shifting his way. Props got to be given.
Yeah, and that was such a good performance from Motown's Finest. You got to think he's going to go back to the dressing room kind of kicking himself, because that was his fight to lose, essentially, in that third round. And it came down to a nice, well-timed combination and a counter as well, Cyrus. He didn't throw first, he countered his opponent this time. Something we talked about in the first round when he was constantly walking in and throwing first. His opponent was countering him. This time he gives him some of his own medicine, and Yair Rodriguez couldn't take the heat, J-Dime.
Yeah, listen to me. In this game, it's a game of momentum. One combination can flip the whole game around the other way. So, like, even though he was getting beat up for the majority of the fight, he needed that moment. And once he found his moment, he took advantage of it and put Yair away. And that's a victory for Almighty Arnold Allen. Humble. Say it with me, Humble. Say his nickname for me, bro.
I'm leaving that one out, J-Dime. I'm leaving that one out.
All seriousness, though, it's not just about the physical damage that it does to the player's, health, right? It is about, like, the mental effect it has on your opponent. You rock them towards the end of the round, they can come out a little bit frustrated. Maybe, somebody like Motown's Finest, who is traditionally kind of a little bit more of a counter-striker, as we were seeing throughout that bout, came out and was trying to finish the fight right there, trying to get it back, and obviously Pug capitalizing on it beautifully. But that's a great way to start out this card, guys. Moves us nicely on to the first PlayStation bout of the evening. I believe a debut in Aaron, not the same Aaron as we were going to see later on in the card, of course. He is going to be up against Jimmy Slick, a gent that hasn't been around for a little while, but he's known within the community. I'm going to throw it to you first, Humble. I'm sure you are familiar with Jimmy Slick and potentially Aaron as well.
Well, yeah, definitely these two guys. And Aaron's, I believe, is a Division 2. I can't call him fake Aaron, or Aaron 2. Aaron 2, J-Dime, I think, because there's only one Aaron. Let's be real.
Yeah, there's only one.
There's only one Aaron. But Aaron 2 is going to come in tonight and he's going to try and make that mark, and ensure that he's twice as good as well, Cyrus, because he's fighting a UFC fighter in Mohamed Mokaev, a real UFC fighter from the UFC roster who fought last week in London. Mohamed Mokaev is an absolute beast, and he's coming in tonight all bruised up and bored, getting his fights, and he's currently 2-2 in the PlayStation division. But he's going to be wanting to move up, just like that flying knee knockout he had recently.
Well, with that beautiful intro, we're moving over. Bantamweight fight. Aaron is going Sugar Sean O'Malley. Song Yadong on the side of Jamie Slick, of course, on the prelim side of things. Just to throw it back to you there, Jay. It's 4-star only. 4-star only all the way through the prelims. 5-star start to allow in the main card. I think it gives us a nice little balance throughout these bouts and allows us to see matchups like this, which you wouldn't traditionally see.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Yeah, Song Yadong versus Sean O'Malley too. That's interesting because Song Yadong is going to have to find a way to close the distance, because Sean O'Malley's a long fighter with great kicks too. So, like, for me, that's a tricky style to go against. So I got to see how Jimmy adjusts in this fight and find a way into the pocket with him. You know what I'm saying, Humble?
Yeah, definitely. And the one thing to know about Song Yadong as well, he's had 2 upgrades recently in both the latest 2 patches, and he recently had an upgrade as well in the last patch that they just done. Obviously, 24-year-old this guy is, and obviously not many people talked about him, but he's probably one of the biggest hot prospects coming forward, especially since the amount of fights and the amount of KOs he's already had at that early age and a young age. He's kind of made his UFC kind of he made his career in the UFC, Cyrus, and now he's going to be fighting Sean O'Malley. And apparently, Aaron too, even though we haven't seen him fight a lot of support in the chat, and he's a real one, and a lot of telling us that he's a fantastic player, essentially.
Yeah, no, for sure, saying he was one of the best UFC 3 players, took a break, and now he's back to get his name known. Definitely a little bit of a worrying start. That head kick was ducked, but seems to be bouncing back relatively well out here, Jay, and trying to work his game a little bit, trying to work his craft, but the kicks on the inside, tad dangerous, brother, tad.
Yeah, he he threw that naked head kick at the beginning of the match. That worried me because, you know, that can change the fight if you miss that. But I feel like he just had to get the jitters out. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? He just had to take a deep breath. That was a deep breath for him. You know what I'm saying, Humble?
Yeah, definitely, indeed. And it takes a while to kind of get used to remembering that you're in a kind of league fight and how you're supposed to fight in the range you're supposed to fight at Tyrus and what you're actually supposed to do. Sometimes the nerves can get the better of you. There's no sort of pressure like the PrimeTime octagon, and we're seeing it right now. Beautiful work from Muhammad Makayev, Cyrus.
Yeah, Jimmy Slick coming out here with combos, man. He's using a little bit of preemptive head movement. O'Malley could capitalize on that with a knee or an uppercut, but honestly, I think that he needs to just completely bail on the kicks on the inside, Jay, because he's going to get eaten up by combinations. I mean, Song Yadong definitely has combinations, and Jimmy Slick is capitalizing on that beautifully.
Ooh. Yeah, like he got caught a few times trying to kick in boxing range. That is one of the most dangerous things to do on this game, trying to kick in boxing range. If he does it again, he's going to take advantage. He's going to hook him to death. You know what I'm saying, Humble?
Yeah, nice work right there. I like the close short range boxing at the moment from Song Yadong, but Sean O'Malley's starting to catch him now. Aaron's starting to find his groove. He's hitting him with the uppercuts to the left, the right. He's coming forward. A good variety of combinations and punches at the moment from Aaron, Cyrus.
Yeah, for certain, man, for certain. He's now pressed up against the cage. I don't know what's going on with their stream. It's replayed that section 3 times.
Replay. We in the Matrix?
Wind it back.
Reverse.
I don't know what's going on, bro. This is their end, not ours, but seems like the stream has equalized out. And just to bring it back to something you were mentioning earlier, Jimmy Slick with Song Yadong, right? He trains with Team Alpha Male right now, right?
Oh, yeah, he definitely does. Yeah, he's been training there for about 4 years, since he's about 20-year-old. So this guy's got Uriah Faber, yeah, and loads of other people around him that are fantastic.
And that's a combination I've seen coming out recently from quite a few players. The lead hook to the body, into the straight to the body. It seems to do a lot of body damage, but honestly, the combination's catching up with Jimmy Slick at this stage as he gets front kick in the face.
Game slows down for that front kick right there. Beautiful work. But I believe that he might have had a tiny bit of help with the connection, but nice work coming back from Jimmy Slick, firing. Hits him with a straight right there, and yeah, Jimmy Slick is now starting to be wise up with his defense as well. But good ending for the round for Aaron right there, as Slick was kind of taking over Cyrus, and you know, it was tough to kind of come back, and he managed to get a knockdown right at the end of the round, and that's really important for confidence going forward.
Exactly right. We saw it at the end of the very first fight of the evening. When you get a rock on your opponent, it can make them come out a little bit over aggressive out here, Jay. It can make them start to second guess their game plan, and a lot of the time that allows you to get your opponent in a troubling situation, and we'll have to see if he's able to do that starting out in this next round.
Yeah, and I think that Aaron is starting to get his footing. It was a slow, shaky start, but now he's getting his footing, and I see him trying to take over this round too, Humble.
Nice work right there. Yeah, you've got to, if you're Aaron, you've got to start using the jab as well. He isn't using that jab enough going forward with Jimmy Slick. But Jimmy Slick, nice straight down the middle, a sword down the pipe, Cyrus, just like you would in javelin there. He just come straight down the middle and caught him square on the chin.
Talking about strikes down the middle, knees like that, teeps to the body. Utilize a little bit more of that range. You know, if you're going to be somebody like Sugar Sean O'Malley, you've got to make sure that you use all of the tools at his disposal, and that seemingly is what he's starting to do at the moment, Jay Diamond. He's having a lot better success as a result.
Yeah, and he just threw a few more jabs finally. He need to fight like the taller fighter. He don't need to fight like he's shorter than he actually is. So like I said, at the end of the first round, he's going to start trying to take over a little more now because he's getting more comfortable.
Got caught with a 3-piece right there from Jimmy Slick. Jimmy Slick's got to be careful as well with his stamina. He doesn't want to over engage. And a lot of times now, the shoe is on the other foot, Cyrus. You've got Song Yadong coming after Sean O'Malley now, and that's where Sean O'Malley really shines, when people are walking into his shots.
Yeah, exactly right. He's going to continue to land those shots all day. It's about trying to get him a little bit compromised. It's about landing something big and, challenging that confidence. Some good shots landing on the inside right now, J-Dime, from Jimmy Slick. But once again, that jab is beautiful from Aaron. He's starting to really find his rhythm.
Yeah, he's pumping that jab out now. He pumped, and I like how he got off that cage because Song Yadong was trying to cut that cage off on him. He's got to stay off that cage.
Oh, nice work right there. Jimmy Slick coming back forward, hits him with another 3-piece to the body. And this is an excellent fight, Cyrus. Both of these guys have made necessary adjustments throughout these last 2 minutes or 3 minutes of this round. And the fight's swinging backwards and forwards, but it's going to come down to one big shot in this round. It's whoever wants it most going forward to the last 2 minutes of this fight.
Ooh.
Yeah, second round is all to play for. Yeah, you're right. He did stumble a little bit, my man. He's really pressed up against this cage. I have to say, Jimmy Slick doing a good job of cage cutting to a certain degree, making this cage feel a little bit smaller than it actually is, Jay Diamond. I think it's starting to give O'Malley a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, but how are we scoring this round right now? How are we scoring this round?
We don't have to, Jay Diamond. That's the beauty of this.
Yeah, but the judges suck in MMA sometimes, though. You know what I'm saying? So I want us to score this right.
This is a tough one. No matter what the scorecard was in this one, I'd probably agree. If it was 2-0 one way or 2-0 the other, I'd be like, yeah, I can make an argument for either one. Beautiful work from Aaron right now.
Aaron says judges are not going to be needed.
There's no such thing as judges.
Oh, he's walked up.
25 seconds and he is absolutely unloading.
It may be over.
Punching a ghost twice, wasting his stamina. O'Malley fighting his own demons for a moment, but that might have compromised him, cost him the victory in that second round. But we've still got a third and final one to go. 5 minutes schedule, Jay Diamond, with action like that. I for one, am happy to see it.
Yeah, this is a phenomenal fight going into the third, but he could have ended that fight if he wasn't swinging at the air for a few seconds. He could have ended it.
Really clinical as well. You're right. He wasted 2 shots right there, and that was kind of like an over sort of reaction. He was too eager to try and finish his opponent instead of kind of measuring where he needed to go in and kind of walk in and then hit the punch. He threw 2 big vital shots, and that could have resulted in missing that finish, Cyrus.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. I mean, you hate to see it, man. They were straights as well. It's not like he was throwing overhands or anything untowards. Just a little, yeah, it was just rushing, right? It was just a bit of rushing, a little bit overzealous, but. He's had a couple of minutes now to kind of recompose himself, not dwell on that, and we'll have to see if he's able to stop this forward momentum from Jimmy Slick, trying to answer back with another upset, Jay, trying to turn the tides and get a comeback victory right here.
Yeah, and you know what I noticed? This is a nice kickboxing match. There has not been a takedown shot yet. This is a nice striking battle right here. But here's the thing. Song Yadong is about to take the momentum, and I can't help but believe that Sean missed the opportunity to finish the fight. Last round.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. These rounds have been swinging backwards and forwards. In the first round, I think we kind of thought that Jimmy Slick had kind of won it. There was a big rock towards the end of the round. They rock each other.
Oh my gosh,
this is rock'em sock'em robots, and Aaron hasn't recovered.
Bro, the endurance of Jimmy Slick with Song Yadong as a pick there really came into play. It's got Aaron on the back foot, compromised with his head health blinking, Jay Diamond. Really in a tough spot. He seems to be answering back relatively well, but just... Oh!
Yeah, very well. Not relatively well. He answering back very well. Here we go. Now momentum shifting the other way. Someone needs to take this round. Take this round. Because I don't think this is going to the judges. I don't think.
And the will of Aaron from that first round, he looked like he was compromised. He looked like we talked about him not kind of getting into the fight. He's got into the fight now. He has made a statement at the end of that second. If you ask me who won the fight so far, I would tell you that the second round definitely went to Aaron and the first round's up in the air, J Time. So this round is vital. This could swing the fight in either direction right now.
Yeah, you see the way they swinging. They know what we know. You see the way they're swinging right now? You see Sean? Oh my goodness, it's over. He's asleep. Yeah, it's over. It's over now. Now it's over. I need to stop talking because when I talk, it just ends.
No, bro, you keep going. That was madness. Kept me speechless for a moment. Aaron answering back said, "You better remember the name." And I think we're going forward, Humble. I mean, answering back after a difficult first round up against a game opponent, able to fight it through tooth and nail to the very, very end.
Yeah, definitely. And the chat said he was a top UFC free player, kind of making his run back in the esports UFC 4 kind of roster and community. And I didn't know his name before, but I'll tell you something right now, J-Dime. I do now. Aaron is going to be a problem in that division, and I can tell he's gonna cause a lot of issues for people, especially if he plays like that in his next fight.
Yeah. Hey, I'm used to saying Aaron is a problem. There's been a lot of Aarons winning recently. Now we got another Aaron winning. So let's see how this shapes out. Let's see.
Well, with all of that being said, guys, we move very, very swiftly on to two absolute TMF motherfuckers. Chinsworth up against Toasty Toes, absolute savages. We saw a lovely kickboxing match a moment ago, and quite honestly, this one's going to be much the same. These two guys, very, very high-level competitors. They can grapple, and they will grapple, but we're probably not going to see them do just that. Hands are going to be thrown. No bad blood, I don't think. They're TMF teammates, but my God, I expect one hell of a brawl to ensue in this one, Hump.
100%, and the bets are open. That means you can go in the chat right now, you can click on that button, you can place your channel points down on who you think is going to win tonight. Get involved. This is your time to engage with Prime Time and come and join in and have some fun and try and win some those lucrative channel points, Cyrus. And you know, this is going to be an absolute banger. Whoever you put your money on, this one's a good choice in my opinion.
Yeah, no, definitely, bro. Definitely. I've fought these guys quite a bit. More so on the side of Chinsworth. I can see that, Chinsworth is the type of guy we fought in the past, both on Primetime, and obviously I think we have like 700 plus matches between each other. Really, really good Korean zombie fighter. I don't know which weight class this is in. I'm just quite quickly trying to have a little scan of it. It's actually in welterweight, so we're not going to see the Korean zombie. But no, honestly, I think that between these two competitors, it's going to be very closely contested. They've both given me very equal troubles in the past. They have their own very unique styles. I think that Chinsworth is definitely a little bit more combination based, really, really kind of relies on his confidence within that cage and his striking. And on the opposite end, Toasty Toes seems to be a little bit more of a kind of tactician, really tries to analyze his opponents and tries to break them down over the course of the fight.
Yeah, definitely. This is going to be a banger, Jay Diamond. Hopefully these guys have cut their pounds and they are ready to fight. But I just want to see if Doctor's in the back as well. And Dr. Sloth, can you tell us the rankings of both of these points? In any chance, is there any sort of information about who these guys have beat?
Both opponents aren't very well known. I believe Chinsworth is coming off a one loss. Toasty, on the other hand, has quite an even record. He's fought kind of the who's in some cases, and so Toasty's, at least within this season, maybe more experienced, but that's not to doubt the experience of Chinsworth. He's a veteran fighter. He knows how this game works, and he's striking overall is definitely something to be working. As you can see with the Kevin Lee pick as well here, Humble. That could offer the chance to the grappling here.
Oh, the brilliant work there, Dr. Sloth. Thank you from the truck. Coming in with that insightful information, Jay Diamond. Here we go. We got Jing. You know what happened to him last time he fought in real life, so he needs to prove himself, and he's good against the Diego Sanchez mass murdering machine in Kevin Lee right now, Jay Diamond.
You called him the Diego Sanchez mass murdering machine? Was you in the back practicing that?
No, that's off the head. Off the
cuff. Chinsworth is dialed in, brother.
Off the head. You're right, off the head.
Right
my
now,
goodness, Jing Liang?
Like I'm telling you, Chinsworth is dialed in right now. If he can, kind of start to mitigate some of this ground control and grappling that quite clearly Toasty Toes has been forced into. He gets the crucifix. That's pretty bad, Humble. See if he can hold it.
Yeah, definitely. Kevin Lee's a good grappler as well. People forget that. He dominated Tony Ferguson for nearly 3 to 4 minutes on the ground before having staph infection and kind of losing his stamina. Typical Kevin Lee, Jay Dine. But he is great on the ground where he needs to be, and his ground and pound is ruthless sometimes.
Yeah, Kevin Lee has underrated grappling. He has really good grappling. I seen that in the Tony Ferguson fight. Not just that, also in the Edson Barbosa fight when he was throwing him around, ragdolling him as well. You know what I'm saying, Cyrus? Like, his grappling's good.
Yeah, no, for certain, man, for certain. And if he right now, Toasty Toes is using him very, very well. And honestly, I said that this was going to be a striking game, but Toasty Toes quite clearly feeling that he had an advantage in the grappling, and maybe that was his route to victory. I have to say, I like the way that Chinsworth started out this fight, Humble. He came out through a couple nice jabs, a couple of lunging shots, even caught him with some heavy, heavy bombs. But that led to this takedown and top control, which has been pretty dire up until that stand-up.
Yeah, and I'll tell you something right now. A right hand will sometimes make somebody shoot for the legs. Cyrus, if you crack somebody really hard in the face and they don't like it, and you starting to win that fight in that aspect, they will shoot for your legs. They will just panic sometimes, and that's exactly what he did, and it worked out for him. But now Chinsworth get caught with that beautiful head kick, and that's
Kevin Lee.
Oh, if you remember J Dam as well, he knocked out Greg Gillespie in real life for that kick, that exact kick, and it was
That was a head kick
horrible.
from hell.
That broke my heart, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. That broke my heart.
Bro, I thought he was dead. When he fell down, I thought he died. Like, that was a scary head kick. Oh, nice takedown, Kevin Lee.
Yeah, mixing up the head kicks, mixing up the takedowns, keeping his opponent guessing, and he's able to get top mount. That's not a great spot for Chinsworth to be in, but his defense holding up here, Humble.
Yeah, definitely. I'd like to see him use use him like he would if Kevin Lee in real life as well. You remember when Kevin Lee kind of submitted Chiesa in a very one-sided fight that he had. He took him down and submitted him with ease, J Dime. So, he's got to do that. But Jay Lang's on top right now, showing his Chimaev all over again.
Yeah, hey, when did Jing Liang develop this ground game? Hamzat may have just woken up a beast. Where was all of this? Hold on. When did he start doing these transitions? This is new.
Bro, he needs Chinsworth in his corner quite evidently. Doing very, very well. Honestly, this has been a pretty close match. A lot of top control, right? For Toasty Toes out here, guys, but a lot of the damage being landed by Chinsworth, and we know how the judges like to score on the side of damage in this game, so that they may be leaning in that side, and that needs to be in the back of the mind for Toasty Toes.
Yeah, 100%, and he's got to go forward in here because at the moment he's been getting caught on the feet, and he took some big shots, but the head kick might have neutralized the kind of scorecards there with the takedowns as well. It's not like he didn't have success in that round. He just looked like when he was getting hurt, he was the one who was getting hurt a bit more, J-Dime.
Yeah, and I'm not going to lie. I'm very impressed by Jing Liang because I don't know what got into him. I don't know. Like, he was a solid fighter, but I'm telling you, the Hamzat loss and woken up an animal. What'd you say Chinsworth need to be in his corner, Cyrus? He has to be.
Exactly right, brother. Exactly right. Seems to have his grappling on point, but the pull counter almost landing for Toasty Toast. The slip for Jing Liang. The body rock. This might be it, and it is.
Goodness! What just happened? He sleep.
slapped him.
What just happened? Bro was asleep.
Oh my God, Jing Liang. Wow, what a performance, Cyrus. He came out of nowhere with that one. Good grappling, good striking, and what a beautiful finish. Going to the body, making him drop those hands. And in Mike Tyson's own words, you hit him with the liver, and then they have to drop them hands. They can't keep them hands up anymore. You're going to bring them down a couple of inches, and that's when he snuck in that overhand right, because Jilan couldn't even see it, Cyrus.
Brother, that was honestly phenomenal. I knew from the moment that this fight started, the way that Chinsworth came out, he looked dialed in. I knew that his striking was really, really on point, and he must have been running some spars going into this, right? Toasty Toes, looking game as ever. Great takedowns, excellent top control, but when you get that damage off Jay, and, like Humble was saying, you've got the body tagged up, your opponent doesn't know where to put their hands, and that can a lot of the time set out that one-touch KO, just as we saw right there.
Yeah, sometimes when they hit you to the body, the first time you don't even think about it. You just naturally drop your hands, and then that's where he took his head out. He threw the overhand and put that boy to sleep. And like I said, Jing Liang, if you can hear me, hire Chinsworth as a coach, because how did he just get better at grappling? Like, he looked like a different animal. He looked like a real welterweight contender right there, Humble.
Oh yeah, that's a Jin Liang we've seen fight before, and Chimaev kind of took that steam away from him, but coming back with a bang right there, reminded people that Chimaev is a unicorn. I have to say something, Cyrus, and it's been on my nerves. This card has nothing but banging fights from top to bottom of the bill with Pogan, Motown, Makayev and Aaron, Chinsworth and Toasty. But now we've got Tadpole, my teammate, versus Million, and Tadpole really putting in that work. I've been sparring with him myself. He's been doing some sparring with Samurai Robin, with Filthy Uncle Ben, with Powerful MMA. All these guys are some of the top players in the world, and Tadpole's been getting the rounds in every single night with them, win, lose or draw. He's been coming back for more, and that's exactly what BMF Million is going to have to contend with, J-Dime. A top player in Cage Rage, a top player amongst the community, and this guy is going to try and prove a point tonight as he comes in with a Conor McGregor pick at welterweight going against an Anthony Pettis. This should be an interesting one.
Yeah. And like I said, Anthony Pettis is, I'm not even going to say he's underrated, because people use Anthony Pettis, but he's goated on this game. He's not as goated as Conor, because I see Conor and I'm a little scared. But Anthony Pettis is a great pick. bro. With that kickboxing, that's trouble for anybody, especially if you don't sidestep. Like yesterday, humble. Yeah, you remember I was getting kicked to the body, and you was yelling at me, sidestep,
Oh
and I
yeah.
wasn't doing it, bro.
He
Like
did once.
that can happen when
He
you
did
go
it
against a
once.
kicker like Anthony Pettis.
You did, yeah, but that's another point though. To back to Cyrus, you get that one-time side step from that spin kick, and the fight could be over. So you got to be careful against the kicker. Kickers have to be extremely careful for vulnerability, especially when they're going against someone who's a good boxer.
Yeah, for certain. And I know that both competitors are really, really high level, and just a little bit of a tidbit, a bit of information. I'm sure you've probably heard it already. Humble Tadpole likes to say that he's got the best Pettis in the game, but he is up against a very, very tough opponent here. I mean, look at the way that Million is coming out and pushing that pressure instantly, getting pressed a little bit now, Jay, but. It was kind of that typical Conor McGregor approach, getting his opponent pressed up against that cage early and trying to land the boxing.
Yeah, he started off fast. And then let me go to Tadpole real quick. One thing I like about Tadpole is he got confidence. So after that first time he got beat, remember his debut on PlayStation, he got beat, right?
Yes, sir.
He messaged me, and I quote, "Better be ready for the GOAT tonight." That bullshit last week never happened. And then he got the job done. So ever since then, I respected Tadpole.
Yeah, 100%. And he came out against he's had no easy fights so far in the PlayStation division. He's come in, and I think he's fought some better competition than even I have at the moment, because even though I've fought top competition, Million's one of those people that every single person who fights him has trouble in another way, and he loves Conor McGregor as well. You know those type of players, Cyrus. We've got so many in the chat right now, the Young Pose, the Easy Ease, the Cheeky Patcher, all these players who love the Conor McGregor. They wear that badge with a passion, and they love to play with this character.
Yeah, and when you know a fighter so deeply, it really sets up a lot of opportunities. But the same can be said for Tadpole. As I said, he does really, really love the Anthony Pettis pick. Feels that he has maybe the best Pettis in the game, but honestly, the main thing here for me is just on that inside, Jay, who gets the better work with the hands. Is Tadpole able to get the work done and get off the mark to avoid some of those counter shots, or is Millions going to continue to be able to work his boxing and press him up against this cage?
Yeah, because with Conor attributes, that pressure could make you fold, because Conor got the most speed, the most power. Just Conor's stats. We all know Conor's stats are kind of crazy, so we'll see how he handles that Conor pressure.
Yeah, definitely. And against the fence, something he notably that he did really well right there was he started to throw a lot more punches than kicks. Catching his coming in. We've seen it earlier on with the Sean O'Malley's and the different type of long players that you can use the reach. Then go to the body after you mix it up with the hands, but really important to not kick while moving backwards, Cyrus.
Yeah, it really is. There's one that looks very nice animation-wise. Animations, you can get some nice ones, but if you're talking about how effective that shot is, definitely moving forward, planting on it if you can. But Tadpole's a man that honestly has some really nice boxing of his own right. I think that the pick doesn't really allow him to fully accentuate that in this fight, especially up against such a dangerous striker like Millions with that McGregor pick. But honestly, I think both guys doing very, very well so far. It's an even bout here, Humble.
Yeah, definitely. And Millions one of them people who likes to get himself into a fight. Maybe a bit later on in the fight as well, like second and third round, he really likes to turn it up. So, also, though, you've got to note, J-Dime, that this is a 3-round fight, and these guys are both used to fighting 5-round fights. Anybody that's a top player who fights Division 20, they have to kind of readjust for these league fights. Now, it actually takes a bit of thinking, because, it's a lot more rounds, there's a lot less rounds to lose than there is when you've got a long distance and a lot less stamina as well.
Yeah, and, personally, I don't like 3-round fights, because going from 5, then you fight 3, it throws you off, because you got to start a lot faster. Sometimes you start to figure them out in the second round, but you just don't have that time to do that in a 3-round fight. So you got to start a little quicker. You know what I'm saying, Cyrus?
Yeah, for certain, man. For certain. The approach is different for sure. The stamina regulation is entirely different. But these guys, I think, fighting on the competitive scene for a little while now, they're probably going to be well versed and well kind of adjusted to that. I think it's just having a little bit of a difficulty making reads on each other at this stage, because they're both landing quite a lot of their favored strikes, it would appear, and really getting a little bit swaggy out here in the second round.
Yeah, definitely. I'd like to see Tadpole throw some of his shots. He's kind of fainting a bit too much at sometimes, and it's costing you stamina as well when you faint that much. especially with movement, not just shots with movement, Cyrus. So if you're throwing a shot and then kind of feint into the left, feint into the right, sort of cost you a bit more stamina than it would if you were just feinting with your boxing or your kicking combinations. So you got to be careful because that builds up, that grappling kind of builds. Sorry, the stamina goes down slowly, and you've got to be careful of that.
Yeah, exactly right. You can chip away at it, and it's honestly a little bit deceiving. One big shot can honestly change it, as we said in the previous one as well. But honestly, when I'm seeing this fight kind of play out, there are adjustments happening before our eyes, J-Dime. Just for example, the teep kicks and the leg kicks from McGregor. And I think that it's really about the adjustments, right? Who can start to make these reads earliest and try to capitalize on some big shots to the head.
Yeah, that's what separates a good player from a great player, bro. Adjustments. Y'all can have the same skill level, but if someone make adjustments, that's up to you to make an adjustment to the adjustment. If you can't do it, it's over.
Exactly.
Definitely. And just a little more for you guys as well, a little bit of inside information. Like, Tadpole is one of the players that when he joined our camp, he was asking if we could get Million in to our camp because he really likes Million, even though Million's in the team already, and it's obviously evident that he wouldn't leave that team. Tadpole really wanted Million in, so these guys know each other. They're well versed, and you can tell there's been a lot of sparring between these two in the past, and they know each other like a T at the moment, J-Dime.
Yeah, and that's crazy. I'd like to congratulate you because you always recruiting people to KIA all the time, bro. I like to, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like a new member every time, and I say that every week too.
This is a crazy pressure right now from McGregor. He got that leg kick. Tadpole seems to be aware at this stage, firing back with a couple of jabs, seems to be landing with a high percentage here, Humble, but he seems to be having a little bit of a trouble towards the end of the second round with some of the bigger shots landing from the side of McGregor.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a close round, though. I wouldn't like to go to the scorecards if the next round's also close, because I do not know who's won this fight so far or been winning this fight. I like the work from both guys as Tadpole catches him, kind of ends that round with a nice significant shot.
Yeah, he tried to get cute. He tried to get swaggy at the end, too. Like, it was worth the try, though. But I don't know how this fight is being scored going into the third, because this is a really good fight. I think I would have gave the second to McGregor. I think, because he did get a leg health event, but I don't know. This is a close fight, so
yeah, for certain. I mean, just happy that we're commentators and not judges, especially in a bout like this. But honestly, this third round is all to play for. I think if we were in the corners of both guys, we'd all be calling right now for the finish, right? And that's exactly what Tadpole's trying to do.
Oh my God! He lets him off.
Are you calling it?
I'd like to see Tadpole being a bit more aggressive right there. I don't like that sort of... Get cute. He's being respectful, but kill him, Tadpole. Kill him.
Being respectful.
Kill him.
Respect is for after the fight. Now is the time for fighting. Trying to take your opponent's head off. We'll see if Tadpole lives to regret it, and he might just right now.
100%, and like I said earlier on as well, J-Time, this is a lot of pride involved. BMF versus KIA. We always want to prove who the best team is on the camp, and this is team versus team right now. Very even, very close fight from both guys, and who wants it most, J-Time? That's who's going to win the fight in the third round.
What is Tadpole about to do? He's stunned. Connor is limping. Tadpole would to get him out of there. He don't just want to finish him. He want to demoralize him, embarrass him. Do you see what he's going for right now, Cyrus?
It's a bit of craziness, man. Like I said, Tadpole is a highlight reel for a reason. I mean, honestly, though, he has to be careful. There's stakes to this fight. If he's able to do this with all the swag, Humble, I mean, just extra points for the way that he's approaching this one.
And that's exactly what I said. I said, win, lose, or draw, he always shows up. He's always there. He's every single time when he's inspiring. It doesn't matter if he's getting beat or whatever. This guy's going to come out and perform. But and even though I believe he's got to get a knockout, and I believe this for both guys as well, J-Time, I'd like to see Tadpole be a bit more conservative with his strikes, just like that right there. Doing his thing.
Your boy is doing his thing. Oh, Tadpole may finish.
Yeah, he's got him. Momentum. He's got him compromised right here, Jay. He's got him in all sorts of trouble.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Connor got to do something. But the thing is, if I'm Connor, I think I need a knockout too. That's the thing. So you can't just survive. You got to go for the win, just like him, even though you're hurt.
Definitely. And I was going to say something, Cyrus, about the risk though of Tadpole. He throws a lot of spin attacks, a lot of big attacks, and that could be what Million's kind of waiting for at the moment, because he's not rushing in trying to get a big finish. It looks like it looks like he's trying to bait a big shot coming his way so he can kind of sidestep or get out the way and knock him out there. He might feel confident as well that he won the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, exactly right, brother. And sometimes those big swaggy shots can get you in all sorts of trouble. But I mean, if they work, obviously they look absolutely fantastic. I have to say, McGregor keeping it simple here. The boxing still looking very clean, although the head health on the block is compromised, Jay. To the very, very last second of this round, it looks like both guys are going to continue to swing and look for that finish.
Yeah, I never thought this would go to this.
That's
nice.
360 roundhouse kick to a tornado.
He gets the win off that. That's a win. Oh, okay. He may get the win off that. That's
nice. Great work right there.
Hey, he made
that before as well, Cyrus. We've seen him do that and knock people out with it, and what a way to kind of cap off the round. But who knows the scorecard, Cyrus? Who knows?
We'll see, brother. I mean, if he loses it now after all that swaggy, he feels confident.
If he wins out, I've got to do a shot for Tadpole because he deserves it. So, nice some Southern comfort right there. So Tadpole, good luck. But great fight for Million as well. I love that player.
This is madness, bro. Who has won it? Both guys got their hands raised, and Tadpole does. Ooh. Tadpole does for KIA on the PlayStation side of things. Stakes we're at an all-time high on this one. Just getting the job done, and I mean, he felt confident quite clearly. Jay didn't want to overexert himself and maybe try to hunt that finish on the mat. Happy to continue to land some big spinning shit, and at the very, very end, missing one to land one, and it was beautiful to watch, my man.
He put that icing on the cake at the end. That's what it was. It was the icing on the cake. Then with the little taunt at the end too. You know what I'm saying? That's the last impression in the fight too.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be real with you guys. When I seen the matchup that Fadinator had put together, our PlayStation matchmaker Fadinator had put together Tadpole versus Million. I believe this was on the unaired section, and I had to move this to the main card, to the prelims, so we could watch this fight because it was I knew how good this fight was going to be. But I was also slightly worried, Cyrus. When I see Million's name on that match sheet, I know that he's beat me a few times. I know he's beat some high level competition in other leagues and stuff. So when I seen that, I was a bit worried for Tadpole, but he did well right there, and he came through with flying colours.
Yeah, no, he did fantastically, man. Like you say, up against a tough opponent, Jay. And ultimately he came with a level of confidence that was a little bit unexpected after a little bit of a shaky start. He knew the caliber of the opponent that he had in front of him, and he just kind of fought like he had no cares at all. Kind of went for some really, really high risk shit, and it worked out for him beautifully.
Bro, listen to me, bro. He needs them 50 G's. Listen to me. He needs a fight in the night bonus or something, because bro swag was on $1 million.
Now, with this all being said, guys, this has been a fantastic night of fights so far, and we expect it to continue into the rest of the card. Up next, we're going to be having Mega Tony up against Ballcut Bully in the featherweight division. Two absolute savages in the cage. We will come back to those in a moment, but just going to take a little bit of a look forward to the remaining 2 fights of the prelim side of things there, Humble. Going to be having TMF's very own Noggin up against Ken Muir, and then TMM Reaper up against Simulu. These guys, I don't know if you paid any attention to the chat over the last 48 hours, but they've been at each other's neck, posting back and forth, saying that they are going to get the job done in all sorts of madness in and between. So quite honestly, that deserves to be the featured fight, and I can't wait to get to that one, brother. There's some madness ahead.
I love it as well, like living up to the your placement on the card. A lot of people come in here and they just like to fight, but there's a lot more to it than that. It's all about viewership, it's all about entertainment, it's all about making people want to watch you amongst the community. And if you haven't realized that yet, if you're one of these players that likes to show, you are doing something wrong to get your name out there, to get in the ESFL, to get fighting for a title. You need to make a name for yourself. You need to talk about your fight. You need to promote your fight. You need to get in your opponent's head. You need to want this, J Dime, and that's exactly what these two warriors are going to do and want tonight.
Listen to me. This is a quote I heard. Do you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe? I don't know who said that. I think it was Eric Thomas. He's a motivational speaker, but That's what I'm thinking of right now, Humble.
Marine. I've actually seen that.
Yeah.
Funny.
Well, with that beautiful bit of hype leading into this now, we're going to be jumping back to Megatoni and, of course, AOW's very own Bowl Cut Bully. You've got to imagine that he's going his calf humble. I will be very, very surprised if we don't see that. Megatoni going Anthony Pettis. Very, very good striker. We've seen him do his work in the past. Can he answer the forward pressure and the creative kicks of Bowl Cut Bully? Seems to be the answer of this evening.
Yeah, I can't wait to see his calf get picked because we know he's going to. He's a notorious calf player, and if you don't know what the Bowl Cut is, you're about to see it. It looks like a Beatles tribute act with that beautiful tattoo all over his body. He's going to come for it, and it looks like we're going to get a bit of a creative fighter versus creative fighter right now. I can't wait to see. But a little bit of fact about Bowl Cut Bully as well. He's been amongst that top 100 consistently for the last couple of seasons. I've seen him in there. He's in that AOW camp with our boy Rasta Nugs, Jay Diamond. We know there are a lot of guys in that camp, a lot of training partners, a lot of people to get them rounds with.
Yeah, I do know his teammate very well. I know Rasta Nugs very well. Shout out to AOW Rasta Nugs. Shout out to bro. But yeah, listen to me. We knew Bowl Cut Bully would pick his creative fighter. I don't expect him to pick anybody else. Like, if he picked anyone else, I don't think I'd commentate. I don't think I'd commentate it.
We all
just
walk away.
Wouldn't be him. It just wouldn't be him. I don't know who it is. It's someone else. If it's not that creative fighter, it's someone else.
That goes back to what I said earlier on, though, Cyrus, as well. Making people want to see you fight, and he does a really good job of repping a sort of character and a style, and it's a bit of comedy mixed in there with great technique, and it adds to the entertainment of every time he comes. You know what you're going to get with him.
But certainly, brother, certainly. All of that, though, you have to be able to have the fight skills to answer it all, and that's what Bowl Cut's been able to do up until now. But this is a tough test for him. Megatoni's a good-ass fighter out here, Jay, and he's going to, be in this fight, tooth and nail, till he's put out or until he puts his opponent out.
Yeah, here's the thing, though. When you play Bowl Cut Bully likes to fight off that back leg. And if you notice, Bowl Cut Bully is susceptible for headshots because he blocks the body when he goes back. He blocks the body a lot when he goes back. That's his thing.
And these two have had a few fights in the league as well now, just to see if Dr. Sloth is in the back. Tell us, what are these guys' records and who have these fought recently, Dr. Sloth, and is there any notable wins on their record going forward?
Listen to me. I think Doc is on his coffee break right now, okay?
Oh, yeah, Doc is on his coffee break, as he just put a notice right there from the truck saying, I am busy. So we will go back to Dr. Sloth in a bit to ask those questions, but Doc is on his coffee break, as we said. But a nice takedown there for Cyrus to get him on the floor, and good work from Bowl Cut Bully to get back to his feet.
Yeah, I was going to point out, though, that you've got to remember, this fight doesn't have the HUD on, right? And ordinarily that might cause problems, but it means that we know who Bowl Cut Bully is. I mean, he stands out like... oh, my God. It's pretty impressive. He stands out.
Yeah. There's only one Bowl Cut Bully. And like I said, Megatoni needs to keep mixing in the wrestling and hit him to the head while he's going back, because Bowl Cut Bully likes to block the body when he's backpedaling.
Yeah, definitely. And some nice work from the back from Dr. Sloth, who is on his coffee break, but messaged me to tell me that Bowl Cut Bully, he's 2-2 currently in the PlayStation division. He's coming off 2 losses, Cyrus, though, so that's a rough one, and he's got to kind of get a win right now.
I told you he blocks the body. Going back, I told you.
He may be hearing you. Primetime Dime once again giving out the vital information required to send your opponent to the Netherrealm. Make sure to tune into the commentary during your fights, because honestly, it seems to be paying off, Jay. You've been making out some excellent calls throughout this evening, brother.
I'm trying to get like y'all. Every now and then I say something useful, but I'm still just learning from y'all. For real.
Nice knee right there. And I like his movement at the multiple. A bit of Moroccan lion sort of style with his movement, and the kind of YouTube sort of characteristics with the sniper calf, Cyrus. We know how effective it is, but it leaves you very, very vulnerable. Those lunges can lead you into a hook, which, you know what, you watch Bowl Cut Bully in every single fight he's in, he's always in a wall where he gets rocked or hurt or,
brother,
down and
just like that.
Oh, gave my haircut.
The lead body hook twice in a row, though. Sits him down, and Bowl Cut Bully trying to get it done.
3, 2, 1. He survives.
Bro, bro. I mean, look, the action in this fight has been non-stop. There was a bit of a takedown attempt in that round as well, and I think that was a good thing, Humble, because, with all that action, just changing the looks on your opponents, going to keep Bulk Up Bully kind of on his toes in this one, and make sure that he kind of is second-guessing where he needs to place his hands.
I was waiting for the P's and Q's to come in there,
Nah.
but you didn't. You've saved it for a rainy day, as I can see. But yeah, exactly. He does that. But the one thing I really like about the pick of Megatoni so far is he's also picked a calf pick. He knows he was up against a sniper. He's picked a calf pick where he knows there's going to be some of those overpowered moves, to say the least. The switch kick to the body, the crane kick from Bully, a few of those moves are really, really strong, but so is the spin kicks on the other end from Megatoni, and that's what he's had some real success with so far. He's been able to catch Bulk Up Bully J-Dime at his own game.
Yeah, and like I said, okay, I'm not gonna lie, when he went for the ankle pick, he wouldn't have got it, because like I said, Bulk Up Bully loves to block that body. Like, he loves to protect that body, bro. It's like his hands glued to his body sometimes, bro.
Yeah, oh my god. And I think it's because he uses such high amplitude strikes, right? He goes for big jumping kicks a lot of the time. A lot of his attacking routine is actually kick heavy, Humble, and you know that taxes the stamina, so making sure to block your body, try to stop some of that stamina drain from other departments can play a big factor in these bouts.
Yeah. It also takes one of the options away, because one of the kind of ways to kind of counter that is you've got to attack the body left and right, kind of as that person kind of moves into that. So if he's blocking his body, you're going to waste some shots.
Bulk Cut Bully puts him down.
Nice twitch kick to the body right there as he catches him, Cyrus.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, just mixing it together beautifully, Jay, and he's not letting up right here, up against the cage, working him with the punches and the knees.
Yeah. I don't know. I was about to say he let him knee him for a little bit. I was about to say, is he going to get out?
Oh, bro, Megatoni's panicky.
Yeah, he's shooting at toes now. Now he's shooting at the toes.
And Megatoni as well coming at this one 3-2, Cyrus. You know, he's gonna try and move himself to the 4-2, and that'll move him into the top 20. It'll move him up there near the top echelon of the division, and a win over Bulk Up Bully is incredibly important. Well-timed single leg dump right there. Got his opponent on the mat, and now he's inside control, J-Dime.
Yeah, let's see what he can do here, because if he's going to have an advantage, it'll probably be here, because, you know, Bulk Up Bully want to kickbox you off the back foot from the outside. So right here, he got to make the most out of this. Not just hold him here. He got to do something here.
Yeah, he's got a minute 40 to work as well, right, Humble? And he seems to be getting active with some ground and pound. It's all about those denials. Can he do it? No, he can't. Bulk Up Bully back to his feet very quickly.
Or he can put him on that cage.
Nice work.
Here we go.
But if you pay notice to that as well, Bulk Up Bully was kneeing just as much as
he was kneeing him back.
And that takes slight damage away. So if you're in a race, if you're ahead on that body health, it's a great job to kind of pick him apart. I'll be interested to see here if Bulk Up Bully just picks away in this sprawl position at the stomach, which is exactly what he does. Big mistake right there from Megatoni as he tries to get out from the back door, Cyrus.
Yeah, that's going to tax his stamina, make it really easy to get the denials. Decides to opt to pull a half guard instead, Jay, and obviously only 20 seconds left, so I think this is just damage control at this stage, which is going to be a little bit more difficult if his opponent's able to get back into side control or top mount.
Yeah, I think Megatoni body may be fucked right now because he did go down from a few switch kicks to the body, and he ate a little bit of them knees on the cage, so his body may be, and I quote, it may be fucked right now.
Yeah, and I think that's actually putting it lightly, to be honest with you, bro. It's mincemeat for sure. I mean, he's got chewed up with those switch kicks to the body, as you said. And I mean, let's not deny that Bully has gone for a few old knees to that body as well. He's really, really kind of mixing it all together. Even a couple of boxing combinations have landed down there. I have to say that the crippler on the opposite side, Megatoni, he's been looking good in moments, but he's just so compromised. I don't know if he's able to just stand in that pocket at all at this stage, Humble.
Nice work, though. He's come for the takedown again. Good work for him. He was doing a good job of kind of kicking back and kind of using his own sort of
The crippler got crippled. Megatoni body shots. AOW. Bulk Up Bully getting the job done. A well-needed win. A well-needed win there, Humble.
You gotta do what you gotta do, and he goes to 3-2 in the PlayStation division and coming back off a win there. He's only one fight away from getting at that top 20. You know, anything to play for. It's still kind of at the first quarter of the season so far, Cyrus, and every single win matters in this division. And you could see the momentum starting to switch slightly to Bully in the second round, but that first round was no easy feat to get over, J-Dime.
Yeah, it wasn't. But Bowl Cut Bully broke down that body. He broke down that body, bro. That's why I said he's aiding a few switch kicks to the body. So I was like, and he done went down from it. So even though we couldn't see the HUD, I knew his body health was fucked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, Humble?
Yeah, definitely.
So, man. Now, that does lead us on to the next bout of the evening. TMF's very own Noggin up against Ken Muir. I expect this to be an action-packed bout. I know that the TMF boys really like to throw hands. In fact, I've been in the corner with the likes of Matty D, where he will tell his team off if they're going to grapple heavy. He likes his guys to have skilled hands and really work on that side of the craft. We'll have to see how Ken Muir approaches this. I'm a little bit less familiar with him, Humble. I don't know if you have come across him in the past on some of the fight nights, maybe.
I do not know, to be honest, Cyrus, but I'm trying to recollect my brain, but you know how many great competitors we have at the moment. But I'm sure if Doc can give us some feedback in the truck in a bit, that would be fantastic. We'll go to him in a couple of minutes. But yeah, I know Noggin is currently ranked number 17. His last fight was a loss to Broom, so you know he needs to come. Sorry, not Noggin. Sorry, Noggin's last fight was a fight against Golden Kid. You know he needs to come with some fire tonight. He needs to prove his position. And Ken Muir, the last loss was against Broomstick, so Ken ranked 28th. Wants to push himself up the rankings and make a name for himself, J-Dime.
Yeah, have I seen Ken Moore fight? Have I seen him fight, Humble?
I'm not sure. I am definitely not sure against. Probably you have against Broomstick, to be honest, and that's a fight I cannot remember. So, you know, make me remember is all I've got to say, Cyrus.
There's a lot of fights, man. There's a lot of action-packed bouts. I mean, obviously, maybe we don't remember because he came out on the losing end on that occasion, but still positive points within Primetime MMA and up against another tough opponent. Like you said, two guys coming off losses at the moment, but still positive points all around. Not sure what their entire records are. Information feeding through from the back as we speak, but like I said, I expect this one to be an action-packed one. It looks like they've come across each other before 2-1. With the slight nod on the side of TMF's Noggin. Once again, Cody Garbrandt up against Sugar Sean O'Malley out here, J-Diamond. That's a beautiful matchup, brother. Boxing v kickboxing, the range against the speed and power. I really like this matchup. I really do.
Yeah, but like I said, it's that range of Sean O'Malley that may give him trouble. But Cody is good everywhere. Cody got dynamite in his hands. Cody can do everything, but here's the problem. The chin. He takes one.
Yes, sir.
It may shift the whole momentum of the fight. That's the only thing I'm scared of right now for him.
Yeah, definitely. And saying that being said, I do believe we have some information from Dr. Sloth in the back. Doc, if you're on the mic, can you give us a quick update on these fighters and their records and who they fought at the moment?
Oh, wait. Hey, Humble. No, he's the one. Now I remember. See, Gucci didn't. I remember where I seen Ken Moore fight. He fought Gucci Broomstick. Remember the Anderson Silva, Marvin Vittori one where he was like, stop boxing against Anderson Silva.
Yeah, I think
that's the fight.
Okay. But he's picked the boxer this time. Jay. See if it's going to play to his favor.
Oh! We catch
Sugar.
in the chin.
Oh, Sugar.
Oh my God.
Noggin trying to make us remember. Beautiful work right there from Ken Muir as he gets the reversal, and now he's on top. Can he do some damage in equal capacity to what all just did to him, Cyrus?
I mean, that was 5p, 10p time. He was having a little bit of a trouble right there, but able to survive and get that vital reversal. 3 minutes 20 on the clock as well, and I think this is a good time to go back to Doc in the back. What are these guys' records overall then, my man, and any other notable facts on these two fighters?
Well, both of them are 2-1. As you saw, like at the beginning of that round, you had Noggin playing on that back foot. As far as I'm aware, he's been training with Matty D, working that lead hand, working that back foot style, so it makes him a very tough competitor. Although by the seams of it, Ken's happy to grapple here, and judging by earlier, that's probably where he wants to keep it here.
Yeah, definitely. And what I want to say about these two as well, that shows you big left hook.
What do you want to say? What do you
Left
want to
hook
say?
right there. I was going to say these both are 2-1, and it shows you the effective versus the points in the prime time. The primetime ranking, Cyrus, because you have one guy who's 2-1 who's ranked number 17, which tells you the amount of finishes he's got, and the other guy's 2-1, he's ranked 28th. So a massive difference between the rankings from the finishes and the competition maybe they fought as well.
Yeah, look, there's about 150 points difference between the two fighters, and like you say, that does come down more often than not to the way in which you win those fights, J-Dime, because you get not penalized, but you get incentivized to go for those early finishes, as it gives you that multiplication on the rankings, allows you to rocket yourself up those, up and get yourself known, get yourself up against these tougher opponents.
Yeah, they're almost like performance bonuses almost.
Yeah.
Say you spark somebody, you knock their head off in the first round with a beautiful KO. That's a lot more points than a 3-round decision. Like, that's really a performance bonus.
And it gives you some insight as well to the way these guys kind of play, because Noggin is a first round type of finisher, whereas Ken Moore, he's been liking to get finishes later in the fight or a decision. So the longer this fight goes, Ken Moore's going to be happier, but Noggin's going to be looking to get him out of there immediately, Cyrus.
Yeah, he's not wasting any time. Those TMF boys are known for pushing the pace. He is starting to have a little bit of an issue kicking on the inside, but I think it's just because he feels confident that he's got Cody gassed a little bit out here, J-Diamond. Maybe he doesn't fear what's coming back his way as a result.
Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie to you, Sean is like, it's a close round, but Sean clearly got that because of the knockdown. But Sean looking confident. Like, I like the way he's fighting right now. Like, he's fighting like the taller man right now. As long as he don't get hit by nothing big by Cody, he should be straight.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to have the Stefan Struve syndrome out here. Does seem to be utilizing some of that range, but that's taken away from him, Humble, because Garbrandt is on him.
Yeah, definitely. And as we get further into the cards, we're going to see more adjustments. And adjustments is what Ken Moore has made as he comes forward. He tries to take his opponent out. Great work so far as he's catching him, but chopping away again. That shin is O'Malley as he starts to run some beautiful boxing combinations. From that distance, he needs to be at J-Dime.
Oh!
I'm not gonna lie to you, Cody on him like white on rice right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. He's white on rice. It's over. That's white on rice. That boy was on it like a hornet. He was there. He was in his face and he put that boy out. He put his lights out.
And that's why I love playing as Cody Garbrandt. The hands, Humble! The fucking hands, bro! Just let them go. Got him pressed up against that cage and hit him, like, I think twice on the way down. The second one was definitely the one that finished at that lead hook. Just absolutely perfect aggression going into that round.
Yeah, definitely. And he was on him and he hit him with a beautiful precision strike that looked like a knife. And that was the circle of life, because we seen a body drop right there. But we were moving on to the next fight. And this is a fight that has been featured for a reason, Cyrus. Simalo versus Reaper. These two have been talking shit in the chat non-stop throughout the night, J-Time. And you know me, I love a bit of drama. These two have been telling their fight going at it, telling the world that they're going to beat the shit out of each other, and we love to see it here in prime time because it's all about the entertainment, and that's what these two are bringing right now.
Nothing's better than a little bit of bad blood. You know what I'm saying? A little rivalry. I read the chat a little bit. I seen people talking trash, someone saying someone else is garbage and all. You know what I'm saying? I've read a little bit. I'm not going to say everything I heard, but I was reading it. So this should be a great fight, Humble.
Yeah, definitely, and I'll go back to this as well, Cyrus. Reaper, I believe, got a win last week, but he was on a really bad skid at one point. I believe he was 1-4 and fought nothing but killers, but your record is an appreciation and a trophy of yourself, and if you want to represent yourself in a manner that is elite, you cannot be keep losing in prime time. You've got to come up. He was once an elite level competitor in the top 10, and that's exactly what Reaper doing. And I can see a tiny bit of desperation here from him. You know, he's changing up. He's trying to get in his opponent's head. He's talking a lot of smack, and you see that record right there. Maybe some sort of point to prove tonight.
Take it, you know, love it or hate it. Maybe he's taking a page out of Colby's book, right? You see him, the picture of it, taking a page out of Colby's book, trying to get into his opponent's head a little bit, trying to, take them to a world that they're not too comfortable with. And Simalo is a guy that he's, got 3 wins over from previous fights, not within Primetime MMA. I think it was on OWC or maybe within some other promotions. They are very familiar with each other, though, Jay. And it's not the type of, familiar where they are, training with each other on a daily basis, but they've come up against each other a lot. And as a result, they both have a lot of reads on what the other opponent brings to the table. And that may play a factor early in this fight if they're not really, really minding their P's and Q's.
Yeah, but like when you go against somebody and you're undefeated against them, like you're 3-0 against them, right? Sometimes you get relaxed and be like, oh yeah, this is an easy fight. Sometimes you let your foot off the gas pedal. But for Reaper, I hope he doesn't do that. I hope he takes this 100% serious because this is a real test, a real opponent in front of him.
There we go, the 98 power. No respect from both guys. No expectation of touching gloves either as they meet in the center of the octagon. And the leather starts flying at their faces. This is going to be pure violence, Cyrus. This is going to be entertainment. This is going to be prime time MMA as these two go at it.
Yes, sir, the featured fight of the prelims. Early takedown from Similo on the side of Jared Cannonier. This man hits hard, so if he's able to posture up and rain down some ground and pound, which seems on the card here, Jay, it could be a troublesome night. Troublesome night for Reaper early on.
Yeah, and also, Robbie Lawler, I think, only has an 84 bottom control. He does not have the best ground game, and his top control only an 86, so this is not where he wants to be right now. This is bad territory for him.
And I'll come in from a different perspective as well, because this is actually how I think sometimes. If I play an opponent that is Gerard Cannonier and he takes me down in the first minute, in my head I've already won this fight. And the reason I've already won this fight is because he's predominantly a striker and he's resulted to taking me down and go off the game plan of a striker, especially with 98 power. And I know he's mixing it up, but in my head that's confidence booster. And if I'm Reaper right now, I'm thinking to myself, this guy doesn't want to strike with me, and that's where I really try and excel and really try and punish this guy.
Yeah, exactly right, brother. Exactly right. Now they're back on the feet. I have to say, Similo doing a good job of popping shots in the face of, Robbie. But there's the one that he needed. The sidestep. What the fuck was that?
That was Demon Soul
Boy
shit.
was sliding on ice. That was smooth too.
Devil May Cry come out. Oh, nice work. Yeah, they do need to fix those animations and the sort of stamina as well of those animations. But great work right now from Cannonier. And I did make a point earlier on about the person who's striking win the fight, but we also have to look at the other aspect of mixed martial arts as well, Jay Diamond. He's doing a really good job of mixing it up at the moment. It's making it predictable, unpredictable on the feet and on the ground as well for those takedowns.
Maybe he didn't take him down because he couldn't strike with him. Maybe this is him being smart right now. There's another way to look at it. Never mind. That's a reverse. Never mind. Maybe it wasn't the smartest thing right now.
Both guys been talking a lot of trash going into this one. Stakes are at an all-time high. A featured fight on the prelims here, Humble. When you've talked that much crap heading up to a fight, I mean, one of these guys are going to have to swallow a very, very tough pill, I think.
Yeah, but it can also be resolved with a good fight, if both guys have a good showing and put everything on the line. These two can kind of resolve their beef in the fight. It's just all about letting that energy out, J-Dime. Breathing a big breath of fresh air and kind of letting your emotions go and the stress come out. And this is what we do on a Friday and Saturday night. We go in there and we swing it and we let our kind of emotions get out of there from that busy work, the busy week load we've had. So that's exactly what they're doing right now. It's whoever wants it more, whoever wants it more will win this fight.
Yeah, but who does want it more? Because when you have bad blood like that, I don't know. I don't know, bro, because I just don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, like you say, it depends on it, right? If it's just a hype for fight and you're not actually got any emotional connection to it, then obviously that's one thing you can kind of let it ride. But these guys kind of didn't like each other heading into this one. There's a little bit of bad blood, bro. So they were not just talking crap in their fight chats. They were taking little screenshots, updating the MMA general chat throughout the course of it. And, obviously that's a lot to talk. It's a lot of hype leading up to it. It's made for an entertaining bout as we just see Reaper get caught.
I didn't look like he got caught.
I thought Cannonier did, Humble. I thought it was the other way.
It's one of those problems with the game, but great work from both guys to kind of land a shot right there. And Reaper, he catches him with the elbow. Reaper, great work right now. And I was just about to say, he may be done. He is Irish. You've got to remember, he is Irish. They are known for their trash talk, their mental warfare. They don't just come here to take part. They come here to take over Cyrus, and that's exactly what Reaper's trying to do right now.
Yes, sir. He's having a little bit of issue with Simolo, but seems to be settling in just a little bit. Pulls on pulls here, J-Dime. With over 3 minutes 40 on the clock, I don't think we're seeing a judge's scorecard in this one.
This is 100% not going to a decision. Someone's getting their lights put out.
Oh, he's going to look for another takedown.
But it's stopped,
He
Humble.
defends it.
A bit of immaturity right there from Reaper. You can see a bit of overzealousness as well. He also needs to pick his shots and take his time, Cyrus. The one I'm saying right there is he went for 2 knees immediately in the clinch while he had low stamina. If he waited a slight second there, got his stamina back up, then he needs a bit more damage. But he's got to be careful right now. As Slow is getting pieced, he needs to be careful, Jedi.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you. Reaper may put that boy out.
That's it, brother. He is out of there. Reaper backing up all the talk, getting his hand raised, knockout. Got a lot of support in the chat. You know, like I said, Jay, when you talk that much crap, you've got to back it up. And that's exactly what Reaper was able to do. Much respect to both opponents, but my God, Reaper getting the job done once again, trying to get himself back onto that winning track and continue it with momentum. Seems like it's going in his favor.
He ended that with swag, you feel me? He put an end to that rivalry, and I don't know if they're gonna shake hands. They should.
fair,
If someone knock my head off, I do it.
I've just been messaged by Reaper there, and he said, much respect to Simo. I'd like to apologise to absolutely fucking nobody, because Reaper just came up and he actually said it was too fucking easy, and that is exactly, you know, those rivalries, Cyrus, where these guys don't like each other. It doesn't stop there. We've seen that. Maybe Simo's going to go punch him in a steakhouse.
Yeah, maybe, bro. Maybe he has the best sucker punch of the esporting game. You never know. But what a fight, man. That was absolute craziness. Up next, though, is the main card, people. We are going to be having one of the veterans of the game, BFAP Jakey, up against another veteran of the game, J-Dime. Gucci Broomstick, as he is also known. These two guys are plain savages. I think that the graphic maybe has them a little bit further up the card, but they were brought down to this spot to facilitate a little bit of scheduling. Honestly, both fan-friendly favorites, and I can't wait to see these two guys mix it up.
Hey, listen to me. I never said this, but that Gucci Broomstick is a swaggy gamer tag. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like the gamer tag. Like, that's swaggy.
Yeah, it is a beautiful gamer tag, but to give us a bit more insight in this one, I'm just going to ask Doc in the back seat on the truck. Doc, these two competitors have obviously been at it, going at it early in the season. Can you give us a bit of history on these two and who these guys have fought in the rankings of records of these two?
It seems like these two have fought the who's who. You have Broomstick fighting the likes of Juggy from the AJS camp, a well-versed camp in itself. Jakey had some performing opponents. I don't have them on me right now, but both of them have been non-stop within the Xbox division. Jakey 5-2, ranked number 2 himself. Broomstick not far behind, ranked number 4, 3-0. As you can tell, Jakey has had a couple adverse losses, probably more experienced overall this season. Broom, on the other hand, has had a very clean sweep, very effective game, being the 3-0. So Jakey's got to be looking to take away that O, whilst Jakey's looking to become 6-2.
Brilliant work there from Doctor. And Cyrus, I just want to go to this one as well. Jakey last season fought the killer's row of that division. It didn't quite go his way, but he did get in the Grand Prix. And you know, you've got to imagine he wants to have a better season than he did last season, because even though he fought the killer's row, his record didn't reflect his skill in both of our opinions, I believe.
Yeah, no, definitely, brother, definitely. And Jakey is low-key just one of the better players on the game, period. But he is up against a tough opponent in Broomstick. He's going to be feeling confident. He's 3-0 on him heading into this stage. But as we've said in the past, your sparring matches, your OWC matches, they don't matter when you're under the, very, very bright lights of primetime MMA. The pressure is on and the stakes are high, Jay. It's about who can rise to the occasion. We're about to see how this shakes out with two guys picking strikers when Jakey is, known a little bit for his grappling as well.
Yeah, but we're not going to talk about that. This is a rematch between Anderson Silva and Michael Bisping in a controversial win.
One of my favorite. Whoa, controversial. There's no controversial. When you be talking about Michael Bisping, trust me.
No, I like Michael Bisping, but like
favorite fighter of all time. Well, apart from Great Zombie, but yeah.
So there wasn't no controversy in that.
I was at that event and no, there was no controversy. The crowd was, it was 3-2 to Michael Bisping. He did get knocked down, but I'm just going to say this: Michael Bisping has been knocking people out. He's been winning world championship J-Time with one fucking eye, so people can shut the fuck up. This guy has been compromised enough. Never mind the judges' scorecards. So he deserves it. If you're going to fight me in one eye, I'll give you a round for Jesus Christ.
With all that being said, these guys have been going ham in the cage. Honestly, there's been lovely combinations, and it looks like Silver's coming off the best. A little bit of body work seems to be paying dividends early, J-Time, as we're seeing the stamina start to become a little bit drained, and that head health a little bit compromised also.
Yeah, and let's not forget Anderson. Whoa. He stuffed that. Anderson Silva was waiting for that. He was. Would y'all say Jakey's known to be a wrestler? And Anderson did his research.
I mean, he has phenomenal grappling for sure, but Bisping is not the pick for that. Maybe he needs that left-hand takedown, try to put his opponent sitting down with a left hook. But the combinations and counters are there for Anderson.
Hey, Michael, are you okay?
Yeah, definitely okay.
Anderson, are you okay?
Don't be talking about Michael Bisping like that again. I said J-Time, he is the comeback king, and he has decided to come out of his shell right there and rock his opponent. Great endurance Michael Bisping's got, so he might want this to move into the later rounds if I'm Jakey, but a consistent style, great grappling. But I was just going to say, Cyrus, when Anderson Silva started to use that clinch against the fence, we've seen it before in real life when he did that to... when he did that to Rich Franklin in two of those fights, when I know we're a bit older than everyone else in this community, but we watched him tee up his opponent with knees and elbows in the clinch, and he's very good there. Muay Thai is brilliant from Anderson Silva. Yeah,
exactly. Incredibly strong in those positions. But right now, honestly, these body uppercuts that I'm seeing from Broomstick are just an absolutely beautiful shots landing over and over again. The counters are there, though, Jay. You can see the danger coming from the side of Michael Bisping in the hands of Jakey B. Quite honestly, he seems dialed in and ready to unload with combos.
Yeah, but you want to hear the crazy thing? As good as Michael Bisping cardio is, Anderson may have an advantage going into that next round.
It's all that body work, right? That's what it's been. And those stuns.
Yeah, he's definitely going to have it now.
Okay, against the fence, beautiful kick right there. What is that kick animation? That is not
I know, bro. I know.
Yeah.
You ever seen him throw that shit?
Sort that out. Jesus Christ, he looked like Betchko here throwing a kick for fuck's sake. It's Anderson Silva. Jesus Christ.
I know, bro, I know. But look, I have to say, this is a standout performance for Broomstick. He is not giving up his O easily, trying to go 4-0 in the Xbox division early on the side of Season 3 now. And honestly, it's within his clasp. It's within his clasp. A brilliant first round, but has to really bring it all together, Jay, because it looks like Jakey B is trying to mount a comeback.
Yeah, and like I said, this is a game of momentum. It takes one combination, one punch, just to shift the whole thing around. Ooh.
Dozen people coming in to watch Prime Time MMA tonight in the main card, and these two are really going at it with beautiful precision, but also good adjustments right now. It's a battle of inches, and they've got to be careful because I'm starting to see Broomstick's head health start to dwindle against that body health and stamina, Cyrus. It's really a battle of weight at the moment, and that clear one shot can change the fight at any second in this one.
Ooh. Yeah, and look at those combinations all landing. Jakey B answering back, looking for some pole counters out here, J-Dime, but the clinch work from Broomstick really being utilized well in this second round.
Oh, really?
Whoa! What did you say? Oh my goodness, Anderson's on the ground. Will we end this? No, it's not gonna be it.
Best takedown in the game. That left hook right there, Humble. Now finds himself in his more favored position, does Jakey B, and he has a lot of time to work.
Big chill, so no, disagree. But yeah, the takedown in the game. But Anderson Silva on his back, Michael Bisping actually had him on his back and was punching him in the early stages of that first round when they actually fought each other. And Anderson Silva does a great job. We all know he's got dangerous submissions. He trains with a fake black belt in Nogueiras, but those two can give you some actual Brazilian jiu-jitsu, so you got to be careful. But beautiful work from Jakey B as he peppers the head at the moment. And it's a game of position at the moment, J-Time. Anderson Silva needs Michael Bisping behind that black line, and Jakey B is doing a good job of not staying behind the black line.
Oh my goodness. He beating that body. He beating it like a drum.
I see a flying knee coming out from Broomstick, man. I feel like the combinations, he's really got Jakey B injured.
He wants him.
Jakey B is like an injured lion, though, man. He's dangerous when he's in these spots. He's going to be able to, unload and uncork with some massive combinations should the opportunity, present. It's whether or not Broomstick can continue to stay dialed in, but he gets caught.
Oh, will he put it away?
He's got no energy.
Okay.
Triangle. Oh, it's going to come for it, but he came for the submission, went for the armbar there, got out of it. J Diamond now in kind of a neutral position where he can kind of crack the head a tiny bit more and take some of that damage, but he's got to be careful of his stamina because the submission threat is still there.
Yeah. And we're not going to talk about how this is a banger of a round. A lot has happened in this second round.
Great fight.
What a way to kick off this main card, guys. I'm telling you that.
100%, and I said it earlier on, Cyrus. This card has nothing but bangers from start to finish, and that's exactly what we're seeing so far. We haven't seen a bad fight. Beautiful work from Michael Bisping just to pepper the head at the end. Quarters of that round, J Diamond. These two have been going at it. Who knows who's going to win this one again? Who wants it more, boys? That's exactly who's going to get it.
And here we go, round number 3.
Starting out a lot of rangy kicks at the moment, and Anderson trying to utilize some of that and combos on the inside. How are we scoring this though, guys? I think I have Anderson up a little bit.
I don't know. I haven't literally not even.
I don't know. There's a reason I don't judge fights.
Yep, definitely. I go into some sort of brain spasm where I can't really think of all of them.
But you know we scored the third.
Judges need to score. Jakey B says, and he did have a moment earlier on. This could be it. This could be it.
Oh! Jakey B getting his hand raised after a lot of adversity throughout that bout, J-Dime. I mean, my God, Anderson Silva looked clean. He looked as good as ever. I mean, Broomstick, quite maybe one of his most standout performances, but he falls victim to a late resurgent from Michael Bisping. The Count getting his hand raised once again.
Michael put an end to this rivalry now. See, he didn't beat him twice now. See, I said the first one was controversial. Well, I can't say nothing now, Humble. I'll be quiet now, Humble.
It definitely, I'll be honest, that was one of the greatest events of all time I've ever been to in my life, and it was just such a nice moment, and he cried for Michael Bisping. But I do love the count, but that was a great performance from Broomstick as well. And it's been the story of the night, Cyrus, and it just shows the credit that we have to give to our PlayStation and Xbox matchmakers, and also the genius behind the sort of thought process behind that, which was actually you, Cyrus. So having an Xbox competitor in Fightinator do the PlayStation rankings and grow with the actual results and matchmaking in PrimeTime rather than any outside influence, and then the exact same with our guy over on the Xbox side as well. So it's been a fantastic feat so far, because we're getting really close matchups in nearly every fight, and all of the fights, there's no mismatches at all.
Yeah, no, for certain, man. Trying to take out the almost kind of our own biases as we compete on these consoles. It's quite honestly something that you take from others, right, as well, and try to build. And as we grow, we're going to continue to make adaptations, whether we come up with themselves or talking some of the other great communities doing the things around. Yeah. So yeah, it's been great so far. And talking about just that, now we're going to see a man that, honestly, I don't know if he's actually competed on a live card yet. Maybe on one of the fight nights. I have not caught him compete quite yet myself, but EK Macchio or Maceo, I don't know how to say his name, so I apologize. I've actually sparred this guy a bunch in the past. He's a fellow Cub Swanson fanatic, and I know that he likes to bring that beautiful destruction to the cage. He does have his work cut out for him, though. FSK Jamie Bucks, as game as they come, J-Dime, and I think that he's going to be trying to answer this in a big way, trying to get a win over a noticeable opponent and a noticeable camp.
So Cyrus, you've sparred against him a lot, right? How do you not know his name?
I've only sparred against him a couple of times. I've come across him. We came across each other because we're Cub Swanson fans, right? So he's been within the community.
So connected.
Yeah. We had a couple of Cub Swanson fights.
Society. They all have a beer on a beach.
Look, we all want to prove we're the best Cub Swanson fighters out here, bro. That's what it comes down to, right?
That's a thing. Is that a thing? Oh, that's amazing.
It is now.
It is now.
It is
bro.
now. It is now. If you think you're the best Cup sponsor, by the way, as well, you can always join PrimeTime, and we will put the link in the chat. If you are enjoying this content, you can support us in any way, means, or necessary, but mainly just sharing our content, hosting us, anything like that. That massively helps us. So you can go ahead and do that. That would be incredible as we move on to this fight. This is going to be a banger. We're just to note as well, Cyrus, because people might be a bit confused. Jakey and Broomstick was later on in the fight in the card, but obviously we had to move that back to early just because these guys needed to get that fight done a bit earlier. So something we do in the community as well, and we move things around. We have live people in action like Doctor in the back. They do such a fantastic job of PrimeTime, and production such a huge key of our goals.
Yeah, ultimately, this community, we understand people have lives, right? And sometimes things crop up, so we will be as accommodating as possible. These guys are phenomenal competitors, always very, very reliable, so moving them up a little bit in the card. And that's why we saw, number 2 v number 4 at the beginning of the beginning of the card, right? At the beginning of the card.
Yeah.
But no, excellent. It's a good idea to point it out. These two guys right now are still getting lobbied up, it would seem. One of them has a few final pounds to cut or whatever it might be.
In about 10 minutes.
But
He's not making weight.
While we wait for this guy to make weight and get on the scales for the final time, brother, let's take a look forward at the rest of this card. Of course, we're going to be having yourself up against Johnny a little bit later on the card. We mentioned that at the beginning. Up after this one, though, Ned up against BMF Stoyan. Two guys on the PlayStation side of things, which, quite honestly, I rate very, very highly. I mean, I'm going to throw it to you, Humble. Take us away. These two guys, what can you tell us about this matchup and what we can expect?
You don't even have to throw it to me, because you know when you get the J-Dime seal of approval, you know exactly what that means. J-Dime is kind of new to the PlayStation community. I met him maybe 3 or 4 months ago when he started coming in. I've been here for a year and a half, and this guy anybody who he knows in the community gets that J-Dime seal of approval, and it means a lot, because that's exactly what it means, J-Dime. If you know them, they're usually fantastic.
Yeah, that's true. If I heard your name before, you're usually good, because Stoyan name ring bells. And listen to me, Stoyan has a lot to prove. After last week, because he kind of rage quit against Storm.
Oh yeah.
He has a lot to prove. And Big Balls Ned, like I say, pause. That's a hell of a name. So he always got something to prove just because of that name alone. So I'm really looking forward to this fight, because Stoyan got a lot to prove right now.
And I might actually be ruining your fantasies about Ned at the moment, because he actually changed his name recently. Something that annoyed me. Something that annoyed. Don't even go there. He changed his name slightly recently, and something that got to me, because I was like, why would you do that, Ned? But at the end of the day, he did it, and I will not lie, he beat me 5-0 yesterday in our Spars, J-Dime.
Hold on. He beat you what?
5-0. I did not get a win against him. He is incredible at getting flash kills.
Okay, hey, Humble, listen to me. Look, first of all, right?
Should've even
Best two. If he 2-0 you, that's a sweep. If he 3-0 you, that's best 3 out of 5. That's still a sweep. He 4-0 you, that's another sweep for real, right?
I don't give up.
Listen to me. 5-0, you need a gun. You need a gun. 5-0. 5-0,
I
you
have
need
to
a
throw
gun.
it out there, though, guys, and I have to get a bit of an apology. These guys were lobbied up. It was my dumb ass, but we are ready to go. Jamie Bucks, EK Maxio. They are matching up in the featherweight division. Looks like Jamie Bucks is going Max Holloway and Conor McGregor on the side of EK Maxio. Honestly, this is something else that we want to throw back to as well, Humble. 5-star fighters now. Main card. The entire array of fighters are now available to you. No mirror matches are still allowed, but ultimately these guys are going to, have... they're kind of who's of picks here, and really get to try to maybe push the pace a little bit due to some of the added perks that these fighters get.
Yeah, beautiful as well. I like what you mentioned earlier on, because it just shows our growth and our acceptance amongst the community with PrimeTime. We're not afraid to make decisions that are based around other leagues or other decisions that have worked well in other leagues, because we're all part of other leagues. We all do different stuff, and that's what I love about PrimeTime. It's constantly adapting. It takes the best of both worlds. It takes ideas from other leagues and ideas from other stuff, and it's happy to adapt them if it makes more sense for the community. And that's something we did adapt, and it's paid so well, because we see a different dexterity of fighters going forward. J-Dime, we used to see Conor McGregor and Poirier nearly every single fight, and now we only kind of see those sort of picks in the main card, and it's nice to see. But when you see it as well, it's the higher level fighters who are ranked higher, who are using these better fighters, and you get better fights usually because the longevity and the chin health and all the other health is increased.
Yeah. And when did you learn the word dexterity, Humble? When did you learn that?
Probably in college.
Because you was trying to get fancy real quick.
These guys going longer than the actual fight itself. Looks like Conor McGregor, though, trying to push the pace early, press Aldo up against the cage, and that's going to be a little bit concerning for Jamie Bucks, right? Because he is the shorter fighter as well. He wants a little bit of space to be able to work and get in and out if he needs to.
He definitely is, and the amount of updates that Aldo has had now as well. He's such a usable character. Fantastic. Boxer, really good at going to the body. And one thing he's got is, even though he's the short fighter, J-Dime, he's got the kicks to kind of close that range, so he's got both the weapons to kind of throw in the pocket and outside the pocket, which makes him incredibly dangerous, especially with that Muay Thai.
Yeah, he got them leg kicks from hell, and he has a question mark kick too. He has everything you need to be a successful striker on this game.
Yeah, and if there's a fighter in the featherweight division that can throw enough power to stand, with Conor McGregor, it's Jose Aldo, man. That guy hits like a Mack truck, and let's not forget that. Jamie Bucks showing us, though, this guy has grappling chops. Getting the fight to the ground up against Conor McGregor early, I think it's a good strategy here, Humble. Allows him to work on that stamina a little bit of EK Masio.
It definitely, it's really good to kind of mix it up against your opponent, mainly because you kind of, we've seen it earlier on, you're showing them a different look, you're showing them a different view, and they kind of drop their guard slightly and they come over with that big shot, and that's what it does. It's not just about actually taking them down, it's making them feel uncomfortable, it's making them think, J-Dime, you've got to make your opponent think of 8 different moves instead of 2, and that's the key to being a successful fighter in the higher echelons of the UFC 4.
Yeah, and you know what I like? I like that Jose Aldo is mixing in the wrestling with Conor. He didn't even have a chance to do that against Conor when they fought the first time. But now, he's trying to make them adjustments. He's grappling now. And that's what he should have been doing the first time, if he had the chance.
Yeah, exactly, and that's something to note about Jamie Bucks as well. The guy's definitely got hands, but he's actually predominantly a grappler, or at least by my estimations, the way that I've seen this guy fight. So this is where he actually wants the fight to be, and when he gets on the feet, he's going to have such a, kind of well kind of versed striker to be able to get his work done, have the advantages, and make the pulls that are needed. Quite honestly, he believes in his ability to get the job done on the mat with Aldo, and it seems to be going his way as he's got him gassed with a lot of time left to work here.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to happen, but this is a good sort of pattern. Notice that, you want those sort of reads on your opponent, and good work right there. It's exactly what he gets. He's going to try and land some ground and pound. If one doesn't work, the other might, and that's good sort of work right there from Jamie Bucks as Masio eats some leather to the face, J-Dime.
Yeah, Jose Aldo doing his thing right now.
Nice.
My.
An entertaining first round, this main card continuing to deliver. The primetime guarantee has been strong in this one for sure. With that being said, though, we've got a couple of seconds in between rounds. I'm going to throw it to you, Doc, for a moment. I believe you've got some information for us. These guys have got some great records. I believe they're both ranked in and about that top 20. What can you tell us about EK Masio and Bucks leading up to this fight?
Well, Maceo is ranked 14-2-0. We were beat with 2 wins over Clover and Lepo. Bucks, on the other hand, did lose to Lepo. He's ranked number 16, 4-3, but has also beaten Swish, Bucko, and has also lost to the ever mighty Dirty Dave, who's up next.
I mean, some really good names on both sides of the equation out here, and obviously Masio trying to hold on to that having a lot of adversity put against him, though. Jamie Bucks, if he can get this fight to the mat out here, Humble, has proven that he is dangerous down there.
Yeah, just mixed up as well, which is going to set up the head, as we said. You've got to mix up those shots. But I really like what I'm seeing from McGregor as he's pressed forward, but he pressed into shots. He was really trying to crowd the kicker right there, and it's exactly what he did. But Jamie Bucks, very wise to it, just throwing the hands and really doing a good job of throwing the correct shots at the correct distance, J-Dime.
Yeah. And I'm a little biased to Conor right now, so I kind of want Conor to knock his head off. Just a little part of me wants Conor to knock Jose's head off, just a little bit.
Well, Masio, man, he has an O next to his name, and he does not want to let that go. Seems to be very composed out here. He trains with some, absolute killers over on the EK side of things, but you can see that the face is bloodied already, Humble, and a lot of combinations coming his way from Jamie Bucks.
Jamie Bucks is trying to make Masioso gotta go, and that's exactly what he's trying to do right now. But it's a great job from Masio to kind of control this range again. I just like his positioning. Jamie Bucks does a really good job of throwing the correct shots at the correct range, and that's always going to pose a problem for your opponent. Why
No,
does
don't
it seem like he
freeze.
gets-
Don't freeze. Let's
It
go.
broke the stream. It broke the stream for a moment. And this is where Ike Masio absolutely excels, turning it on his opponent, his combinations. I've seen them, myself firsthand. When he gets going, he is going for maximum damage to the body, to the head. And he seems to have Jamie Bucks a bit gassed, Humble.
Yeah, something that I come across a lot of times. This is exactly. I play a lot like Jamie Bucks in the sense of I like to pick my points apart from both distances, and I play against Filthy Uncle Ben a lot, who is the Cage Rage, the Primetime champion, PlayStation champion, and he does a great job of kind of, even if he's losing the fight, the second round that body's hurt, and look at the stamina right now for Aldo. He's been picking away. Masio's been picking away here and there, not overexerting himself, but now it's starting to chip away. And he might get a big lead at the moment. Might see a horse race, J-Dime.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. Remember what Dana White said? He said about Jose Aldo, he's the best 2-round fighter I've ever seen. Once this 3rd round hit, he's going to be gassed, and it looks like that's the truth right now.
Yeah, and it's not exactly like Conor McGregor is known for his cardio, but the way that Ike Masio has approached this match has worked out pretty well for him. He had to be defensive after that takedown early on, and some of the combinations coming his way, but we have to bear in mind that Jamie Bucks has had the better of the damage so far, Humble, and that could play a factor if combinations do start to swing.
Yeah, definitely. I'm liking the work I'm seeing from both guys at the moment, but I don't know who's winning, J-Dime. It could be, is that the 3rd round? It could be one apiece right now. They've both done damage. They've both rocked each other. They both hurt each other. If I was in the driver's seat right now, if I was playing this fight, I would prefer to be the fighter with more stamina going forward. But who knows to the judges' scorecards, because the highlights are coming through that Aldo got that round, and maybe he did, maybe he didn't. Maybe Conor McGregor needs a knockout, J-Dime.
Yeah, don't leave it in the hands of the judges. Like we know in MMA, anything can happen. So I think they should take this out the judges' hands and put this away.
Yeah, and honestly, both guys in a position where their stamina will allow them to absolutely uncork should they want to. That right leg compromised, Humble. Got him down with it, but not able to get on top and continue that forward momentum. Back to the feet, Ike Masio needs to get active, at least by my estimation.
Nice work right now with the jab as well. Good range control right there from McGregor, but he's got 4 minutes to work right now, and Masio needs another sort of big flurry to come forward, because we don't know how this fight scored. He does have the stamina advantage, and that's exactly what he needs right now. He needs to be a killer in the finishing sequence.
I said the combinations, Jay. I said it. You've got to watch out for those Ike Masio combinations.
Yeah, look at this orthodox Conor with the combinations, too. Okay.
The ego at the moment, though, from Aldo as well. He's kind of walking into shots. Jamie Bucks doesn't want to give an inch, and he could be winning the round. He could be winning the fight 2-0, but he's coming forward and he's trying to hurt his opponent, and sometimes that's a bad thing because you're walking into shots just like he has been. The combinations have been brutal, Jedi.
Yeah, but listen to me. One pull counter can end this all. Like if someone get pull counter, the match may end. Or a slip, the match may end.
Yeah.
Exactly right. And I mean, maybe just Jamie Bucks and, he's hunting for that extra bonus we were talking about a little bit earlier on, Humble. You get more points for the finish, and, he's willing to live and die by the sword, and that's exactly what I'd expect from an FSK boy, especially when Jamie Bucks is following that tag.
Yeah, definitely. And, I'm 4-2 currently in the PlayStation division, but I'm 10th because every single fight I've had has been a finish one way or the other, and that's kind of benefited me in the long run, because all of my finishes are usually in the first or second round and put me right up in that top echelon. So it is incredibly important, because you just want to be an entertainer, you want to be somebody that people want to watch, and that's what Jamie Bucks is going for. He's not settling for second best, even if he's winning those last 2 rounds. He believes that there could be a close one in there, so he's going for the kill with low stamina.
Yeah, and he's got that left leg compromised, and now the head's helped J-Dime.
Oh my gosh, wait. Connor, regroup. Because listen, someone got to go for the kill now. Oh my gosh, he's about to kill him. He's about to kill Connor. He's about to kill him.
Nice
this
work.
may be the kill. I don't know. He's trying to move his head, but I don't know.
He is on shaky legs. The head health is dwindling. The combination's still firing away. Only 30 seconds left on the clock, but either way, this can go.
Oh, nice work.
Big overhand trying to throw.
I'm liking the leg kicks as well from Jamie Bucks. He's doing a good job of mixing it up, and that's kind of helped him out in that 3rd round, because he gave himself another target. to hit, as Masio has got a lot of gas in the tank before we end this one.
Ooh!
Oh,
Close fight.
yeah. That was a fun ass fight, guys. They brought both the action, showed us a little bit of everything as well, right?
Definitely. Lost a bit of points for the decision though, Cyrus, as we were talking about earlier on. You know, whoever wins this fight is going to be good. They didn't kind of get that finish, but it was such a well-versed, closed fight with lots of adjustments. That's a good fight. It could have went either way throughout that fight.
Let's be honest, no losers in this one. Honestly, when a fight is that fun, when it's that active, both guys really showcasing a good array of skills. No losers in this one. Of course, that is that's you know, kind of in spirit, but there is technically a winner and a loser.
There's definitely a loser, Cyrus. Somebody is losing.
There's a loser.
And one person is gaining points, and that is Jose Aldo, who gets the win, and that's going to be a great win for Jamie Bucks.
Yeah, gonna be feeling very, very happy about that one. EK Masio, you know, like I said, undefeated so far in this division. So taking that O away, and he's quite obviously a dangerous man. So props have got to be given to him. Jamie Bucks once again getting another great feather in his cap.
That's a good fight. That was another good fight. Like I feel like the first impression is everything. Like the prelims lived up to expectations. So I think once they live up to expectations, the main card has to live up to expectations.
Well, the main card is fantastic. And speaking of fantastic, the next two competitors are two absolute killers amongst the PlayStation community. We've got BMF Stoyan, a lot of people who are supporting BMF Stoyan in the chat, including Cheeky Patcher and a few of the BMF guys coming through. And we've seen it earlier on. It's KA Ned versus BMF Stoyan. We see Tadpole take out Million earlier on with the decision. So KIA versus BMF. It could go 1-1, it could go 2-0. I'm looking for Ned to obviously get the win tonight, but obviously non-biased J Dime. This is going to be a fantastic fight between both guys, but he is 5-0 upon me at the moment, so I'm expecting big things from Ned going forward.
Obviously, there's going to be a little bit of bias, but
a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, but it's going to be a great fight nonetheless. And I know in the back of your head, you're cheering for your teammate because
definitely.
Y'all done took out one BMF boy. If y'all take out a second, y'all gonna go home and y'all gonna be real happy about that because it'll be KIA on top.
There's so much backstory between this as well because KIA have won, I think it's 3 of the team tournaments that we've done in multiple leagues and multiple stuff, and KIA have won all 3 in a row. And I think the one we lost, the 4th one, we came runners up to LS, but that the old Los Sicarios team. So with Sick War and all the other guys like Pursue. So you know, BMF was one of the teams that we were going back and forth with, and that's where the history lies. And we're constantly evolving and bringing in new members as well. So it's going to be good to see if Ned, who has got the gamer tag, it's going to annoy you boys, but she loves Tokyo in its change from big balls. Ned, what do you make of that, J-Dime?
I'm upset. I was digging the name, Big Balls Ned, pause, but I was digging the name.
I let him know.
You feel me? But now I'm kind of hurt. Now I kind of want you to lose because I'm hurt now. I'm just playing, but like, come on, why'd you change the name? But the name was classic.
I have to say, I agree, bro. I mean, the name was a classic, you know.
I mean, I thought the same. Not even gonna lie, I was the same when I see it. I was so annoyed. I was like, Ned, no! It's like me changing my name from Mr. Humbledy. People would be freak out. They know who I am, and you know those names. I'm just a bit of advice for you in the community. If you're gonna build your name, it's really important to keep the same brand for a long time. Coca-Cola didn't get to where they were by changing to Pepsi every second. So keep the brand, build it up. But yeah, Big Ball's dead anyway. He's going to come forward tonight. He's going to try and take his opponent out. He's got fantastic mix-ups with his timing, but he's also got a fantastic Colby Covington, J-Dan.
Oh, Colby Covington, that's a cardio machine right there. What did he say? He got a third lung? That's a cardio machine right there. So I expect Colby Covington to go out guns blazing because he knows he has the cardio to back that up.
And that's what he seems to be doing, mixing it all together. He was getting active with the punches, trying to get in Stoyan's face. Has to be careful of the combinations on the inside here, though, Humble, because obviously we've seen it in the past. Conor McGregor, those combos, they let fly, brother. They let fly.
Yeah, definitely. And Stoyan's a really good Conor McGregor player as well. But beautiful work from Ned at the moment. He's kind of reading everything. And one thing I know from playing him, he's got fantastic reaction time. He's incredible at reacting to counters to the body and other stuff. He's really good at that. But one thing you've got to be careful of is the pull counters and the slips, as I was about to say. As Ned sometimes overexerts himself into a combination, and that's what he's got to avoid tonight.
Ooh.
Honestly, beautiful work so far. These guys are really, really letting loose. You can see that Ned is having a little bit of a worse in terms of the stamina side of things, and that's due to the work that Stoyan is doing. The combinations have been going in his way, and honestly, that's going to be a little bit problematic. Although he does have 100 cardio, the recovery may not quite be enough to get him back in front.
Ooh. He got to be careful of Conor power, too.
Yeah, like I said about overexerting yourself, Ned is one of them people who doesn't mind sometimes, and he's got to be careful because Stoyan is a killer when it comes to picking his opponents apart. Again, he will go 3 rounds. He doesn't mind trying to finish his opponent in the second. There is brownie points for these high level players to finish each other early, but they know the level of competition they're in against. If you try and overexert yourself, you're leaving yourself at a detriment, and when you leave yourself at a detriment, J-Time, that could be trouble for disaster.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, this sounds shocking, but unless something drastic happened, Conor may have a stamina advantage going into the second, and I don't think I've ever said anything like that.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Against Colby is unheard of, right? Especially. But no, this is still a very closely contested fight up until there. The big land from Stoyan has got him hurt, Jay.
Yeah, the notorious one is doing his thing now. Now he's going to pick his shots. Don't rush it. Just pick his shots.
Nice work right there from Ned. I'm really confused on Ned's game plan in this one because you've got the likes of Colby Covington, you've got your back against the fence. You really need to kind of turn your opponent around and swing those momentums around. And where's your takedowns from Ned? Ned is a fantastic grappler and he's not used any sort of takedowns apart from one clinch so far. And Stoyan has just kept him at a relative pace at a comfortable distance. And that's why he's having success at the moment. You've got to eliminate that risk factor if you're Ned Cyrus. And that's where the maturity's got to come in from him.
Yeah, exactly right. And sometimes it can go your way, that chaos, but sometimes not necessarily, right? If your opponent's picking you apart, he's been a little bit more technical. I would like to see some more grappling, to be honest with you, from Colby Covington. It's one of his key areas, and why not take Conor McGregor there, who is just a striker, right? Conor McGregor isn't going to try and take Colby down, so why doesn't Colby try to take Conor McGregor down out here, J-Time, and try to make this fight a little bit dirty, since it's not seemingly going his way?
So the problem is with that is Stoyan's doing his thing, and Colby Covington surprisingly is on his back foot. He's backpedaling, and like I said, he shot that takedown while backpedaling. So right now, Conor got him. I never thought I'd see this, but Conor got Colby backpedaling. Like he's moonwalking right now while getting punched.
Stoyan said in the chat earlier on, you're about to see a masterpiece, and so far he's delivering on that front. He hasn't put a foot wrong. His defense has been the key for me, Cyrus. He's barely took a big shot, but as I say that, he goes for some big shots there from Ned and doesn't quite land them all. But Stoyan doing a fantastic job of conserving the stamina, avoiding the big shots, and just staying in his opponent's face so he backs up.
Yeah, he is Stoyan quite clearly. Is a strategic fighter, to say the least, is picking his shots very, very well, being defensively sound, and, you called it exactly, bro. He is calm and composed. He's not forcing anything. He feels like the finish will come, and that's exactly what he is. It's what he's getting, bro. Like, just beautiful, beautiful work. Ned in so much trouble right here. We've seen him answer back from worse, but he is really ice skating uphill, Jay.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie to you. Stoyan has been doing whatever he wants right now. Like I said, Colby Covington has been backpedaling the majority of this fight, and it's just Conor doing what Conor wants right now. So, and it's a beauty to watch right now, especially from a Conor fan.
Yeah, beautiful work. He's done a really good job of conserving everything. He's not overexerting when he needs to. He's in pocket when he's landing the bigger shots on the guard even. And he's making Colby miss, and that's the kind of the key. Every time he makes Colby miss, that stamina kind of goes. And he's using really efficient shots, Cyrus. He's using the jab and the straight to the body, coming back to the head, and it does it again right there and rocks his opponent. And that's not going to cost you a lot of stamina, never mind. When you're defense, you're not very vulnerable as well. So it's a perfect strategy and combination of both.
Yeah, exactly right. And I was going to call for the clinch a little bit earlier because right now the stamina's at such a bit of a, such a loose spot that honestly I just feel like this pressure, he doesn't really have an answer for it right now, Jay. And it's really putting him in a bad spot. Oh
He
my
has no
God.
answer for this pressure, and Conor, and he gonna let him up, and Conor's just gonna continue working because he has no answer for the pressure. Kobe has had his back on the cage the majority of the fight, just backpedaling. Like he hasn't done anything to stop him from pressuring him. Nothing, no teeps, none of that. Like he just been getting backed up this whole fight, fighting off that back foot.
Mm-hmm.
And the KIA boy right now.
There's a teep. There's actually a teep.
KIA boy right now is on his back foot, like you just said. He needs a kind of a miracle going forward because Stoyan's systematically breaking his opponent down. He's really doing a good job of trying to finish him. Bit of disrespect right there as he doesn't go to finish Ned. Sean, in the days, is an old veteran, Cyrus, against a young up-and-coming blood, and you know how good Stoyan is because he's ranked every single where in the world at the moment. So Ned's going to want to be taking that one, but it's a great performance so far from Stoyan. I cannot take that away from him.
Yeah, definitely so, man. We know that Ned is, an up-and-coming prospect, and Stoyan, like you said, has been doing the work around the community. He's trying to make a run here now in primetime MMA, and if he's able to continue this momentum, able to stay defensively sound, Jay, then he could be well on his way up those rankings. I mean, this is a dominant performance so far over a guy that we rate very, very highly. He's a very, very skilled fighter, is Ned, and Stoyan just seems to be picking him apart right now.
Yeah, he is systematically breaking him down, pressuring him. And it's not even that he's throwing a million punches. He's not even wasting punches, but you can pressure somebody by standing in front of him too. Just you being there can pressure him. Mm-hmm. And he's forcing him to throw shots he don't even have to throw. Therefore, he's wasting his stamina.
Yeah, definitely. And we all know the likes of competition that these two have fought. And I'm just going to ask Doc in the back as well. Like these two guys, Doc, they've been on a killer's path so far. But Stoyan, we seen him last week kind of rage quitting. It didn't have the best performance as well, and we're seeing a completely different guy right now, Doc. Where are these two ranked at the moment? What does this mean for a win for either of them?
Well, a win over either of them sticks them straight into that top 10. You've got Ned 5-4, ranked 13, and you have Stoyan ranked 17. So one win could really change the game for either one of them, getting them built back on that win streak, get them back on their pedal. So it's just a case of this is quite a dominant win for either one of them here.
Brilliant work from Doctor in the back right there, Cyrus. And, just an emphasis on how important this matchup is in the primetime division for both guys.
Oh, yeah, I don't think Kobe has the power either to do anything. That's the thing.
He's blinking.
He's just so compromised, right? And obviously he's not exactly known for his one-hitter quitter. So this is very, very deep water for him. Probably never been in this position before, so injured, so gassed, and having his opponent just land shot after shot.
Taking him apart.
Clinical, brother. Clinical.
Oh, wow.
Bro, listen to me. This is worse than getting knocked out. When you're just getting beat up the whole match, I'd rather get knocked out.
Yeah.
Oh, my
He's not going to finish. He's going to let him get up.
He's
trying to prove a point.
Yeah, Stoyan's actually doing. He's actually affected me right now as well because I have a KIA boy.
I think Humble need to get there. They need to jump him. What he's doing to him.
I'm thinking about jumping that cage right now, but
mate, that was the moment.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Hey, Humble, jump in that cage and jump him. Because what he's doing to him is criminal.
I can't let this guy
criminal
do this
right now.
Team, man. This guy is taking the mick right now. He's taking his time, and Ned's having it. Ned can't do anything about it. That's the problem.
This is criminal. Humble, you think I'm playing Humble? Jump in that cage. I don't know why you still talking to me. Jump in
bro.
right now.
But if Ned can last even if Ned's losing the fight, if he can last the decision so far, he loses points from Stoyan. Oh my.
Whoa,
yeah. I mean, look, at that stage, what you can say about that performance is that was from where he was at last week. Just to point that out, like you say, there was a rage quit last week, right? He didn't have his best performance, and
angry.
He was very, very angry, right? His opponent got a rise out of him, and maybe he's trying to exercise those demons here this evening. He was up against a tough opponent. He got him hurt and compromised, and honestly, normally we would say playing with his food, but the body damage, just the overall, it just put him in a position where he couldn't answer back, Jay. He couldn't answer back. Really had nothing in the tank to be able to do so, and that allowed Stoyan to get some extra seconds out there and to continue to land shots.
Yeah, he was on his back foot the whole fight, and he never did anything to gain the respect back. There's nothing he did to just gain it back. But here's the thing, though. He can learn from this. There's two things you can do. You can either cry about it and be like, dang, I just lost, or you can go and learn from it, watch the film back, and then improve yourself.
Yeah, I don't feel like Ned kind of got anything off that he wanted to in that fight, and he'll be disappointed with himself because he does have a lot of success in the sparring departments. Like I said, he 5-0'd me, and you know, like I was saying earlier on about Tadpole, win, lose or draw, he shows up and he constantly learns, and that's what you've got to do if you're Ned. You've got to jump back on the drawing board. You can't always be the hammer, Cyrus, and that's part of training. Even when I was fighting in my amateur and semi-professional career, a lot of the time I was getting my ass beat in the gym, but when we went for those fights were flawless because we got our ass beat in the gym essentially.
Yeah, almost cliche to say, but iron sharpens iron for sure, brother. You know, ultimately, you're not going to get better at just beating up tin cans, right? So getting yourself out there and challenging yourself out, you know, in these sort of competitive landscapes, you know, is what is going to allow you to propel yourself onto greater things. And talking of just that, a lot of, you know, kind of notable names here this evening, one of which is coming up next, or two of which are coming up next, I should say. BFAP Dirty Dave, representing the BFAP camp, very, very well stapled camp within the community. This guy is known for his technical approach to the game, his ability to, you know, make reads and mix together the full array of mixed martial arts, up against a more controversial character within the community, somebody known for talking that heat, and getting in there and trying to get the job done. J-Dime, one of your personal favorite fighters in Aaron, one of the FSK undergrads right now. He's talking a lot of trash. He thinks he's going to get the job done. Dirty Dave is a veteran, and he's going to try and push this kid back down to the prelims. That's what he said.
So listen to me. Aaron has made a lot of enemies, right? Aaron has, because Aaron does talk, but Aaron has backed it up the past few weeks. And that's why Aaron's one of my favorites too, because he got his mom, his dad, his uncle, his whole family watch him fight. You know how hard it is to perform when your family watches you fight?
Yeah, do you know
like
how hard
your
it
palms are
is?
sweaty?
Do you know how hard it is at 11 o'clock at night to get your family to stay up, your grandma to come round, your friends to come round, to organise a little street party for you, to get the tables out, to get the sandwiches made, J-Dime. He is loved amongst his community, and he's been the best for a while now, Cyrus. As Aaron goes to take on Dirty Dave, here we go. We talked about the Antichrist, the antagonizers, the people who like to get in their opponent's head, and we see it time and time again in real life how it actually works. But Dirty Dave doesn't give a shit, Cyrus. He will try his best to take his opponent down, pick him apart, and punish him going forward.
Yeah, honestly, he's a phenomenal talent, is Dirty Dave. He has shown time and time again that, honestly, there's nobody that's just made Dirty Dave look like he's nothing. He is always a phenomenal competitor. Aaron has his work cut out for him here. To be honest with you, right, there, you know, a couple of weeks ago, this kid couldn't grapple. Period, could not grapple. And then over a period of about 3 or 4 days of training with Gamp, he believes that he's got the skills now to hang with the best of them. You know, there was a lot of controversy after the last one, and you know, with that transformation. And if he gets the job done here this evening, I expect one of those famous Aaron videos to be coming in our in our Discord, right, showing himself winning at the end of that fight to show the haters wrong. But he has his work cut out for him, Jay. As much as you support this man, he is up against a well-known talent and a guy that's really known for doing it all.
Yeah, even though Aaron is the underdog, and he should be against Dirty Dave. Dirty Dave is a monster. But if Aaron wins this, no one should ever doubt Aaron again. Aaron should get his respect if he wins this.
Nice team from Aaron coming out early. And let's be real, let's talk about it, Cyrus. People are saying that other people are playing on his account, and if I'm Aaron right now and I'm actually playing on my account and I'm playing these people, I'm sending a video of me beating people up on the ground. You know, if I'm taking Dirty Dave down and beating him, I'm saying to people, this is me. I'm 15 years of age and I can learn anything with my reaction time at this age, and that's exactly what I've done. And we find all the time when people are committed to the game, when people are committed when they're very young, they are so much quicker at learning than other sort of general players like me and yourself, Cyrus, who are both well up there amongst our years of gaming.
Yeah, no, for certain, brother, for certain. And that's why I was pointing back to the video, right? It's because he's got some hate. He's got some people saying this, that, and the other about you know, people playing on the accounts and so on. So get yourself on it, brother. Get those hands raised. Show the video. But first things first, he needs to get the win because, like I said, Dirty Dave, man, if there's ever people that I respect in this game, it is people like Dirty Dave. He conducts himself very, very well and has great grappling. And like I said, stays composed.
Ooh,
Nice
and he denies the
switch.
takedown.
He was ready for it, yeah.
Yeah, he was ready. I'm telling you, bro. He was in the lab. Like, people can get better. You keep playing against high-level people, you're going to get better. Ooh.
I'm not gonna lie right now, even though Dirty Dave's landed a beautiful leg kick right there, I'm really liking what I'm seeing from Aaron in the terms of most people will be on the backs already against Dirty Dave, and he's doing a fantastic job of keeping the fight on his feet. Staying composed and landing a beautiful uppercut right there. His mum's just texted me, she's on her feet right now, she's cheering on Aaron, and here we go as he tries to get the finish.
Here we go.
Cyrus, back to you.
Yes, honestly, this is good pressure from him. He's got a rock nice and early, got him a little bit compromised. This is light heavyweight, of course, so these guys hit very hard, but a minute 30 on the ground, Jay, and we've seen Dirty Dave get the work done here before. He knows how long's there, he knows what he can get done, and is trying to build that GA to advance a little bit forward.
Let's see what Aaron been working on the ground. Let's see how good Aaron has gotten on the ground. Let's see.
Beautiful little body shot right there. And Dirty Dave is one of the types of people, he will just constantly wait for you to make a mistake. And the reason that's so dangerous, J Time, is anybody who's so patient like that, we see the likes of Spooky and a lot of other guys like that, they will just take away the clock. He's got to be careful because he could be losing this round with the rock that he's had against Aaron. He needs something significant to kind of change the tides of this round's scorecards.
Yeah, and the main thing for me is in the full guard position, not wasting stamina in full guard kind of ground and pound, because it doesn't have the biggest damage. But this is a little bit different. Stack guard, only 16 seconds left. He is going to absolutely uncork. A decent job of blocking some of those shots there, though, Jay. He seemed to mitigate quite a lot of that damage.
Yeah. So listen, how are we scoring that first round? Because that's a close first round.
Looking at the statistics, it's hard to say, right? So I would go by the statistics. It's a very, very close fight. But with the takedown, it was a stun apiece, a leg stun against a head stun, and a little bit of top control from the side of Dirty Dave. So I probably lean that way, but it was a very close and competitive round.
And you've also got to think, though, Cyrus, a leg stun you can have nearly 25 to 30 a fight. With a head stun, that's a bit more significant in trying to put your opponent out there. So, in my opinion, the leg stun's always worth more than a head stun just because of the damage you're actually inflicting on actually ending your opponent right there. But good work right now from Dirty
another
Dave.
leg.
He's taking it away. He's taking it away. The base is going from Aaron. He's starting to stumble. He's starting to get clocked right now, and it's looking like a Dirty Dave performance, J-Dime.
Aaron has to regroup, bro. He can't panic here. And he damn, what happened to the...
Hopefully nothing, brother. Hopefully it's back. It's
okay,
back.
We're back. Okay, we're back. We're back now. But yeah, Dirty Dave is in groove right now. He's starting to find his rhythm now. Aaron got to take this momentum back because Dirty Dave, you see the way he moving now?
Mm-hmm. And obviously that right leg is now forward, and Dirty Dave's going to continue to pick at that. And obviously the leg, I'm not actually sure if it actually makes a difference, but in real life it would. I mean, when you get that leg compromised, the takedown's going to come that little bit easier, right?
I assume if you get their leg completely compromised, it takes away like 25% of their power. I would assume.
Yeah, you just see him.
Well, yeah, it takes away some of the actual stamina in real life as well. It does, definitely. Aaron taking a big front kick to the face right there, and starting to be a Dirty Dave performance, as we said, and Aaron starting to panic a bit more and feel like he was doing so well. He gets the reversal, and this is going to be a power J-Dime. Goes for the knee to overexerting himself, J-Dime, over trying to get that finish.
Yeah, listen to me. Aaron needs to switch stances. There we go.
Oh, you caught. Don't listen to J-Dime.
What do you mean don't listen to J-Dime? What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Switch stance and gets caught with a beautiful shot.
I didn't say when to switch stances. Because the other leg is done, son.
I mean,
take it down right now.
Yeah, the takedown defense was strong throughout the entire kind of opening 8 minutes of this fight, but he manages to secure a power takedown right there, Humble, and there's a minute 30, so that's a decent amount of time to work from half guard.
Yeah, it is, and Dirty Dave starting to kind of piece his opponent apart, but I do think Aaron has had some great defense and great sort of constructive offense in the first round. It was just a case of Dirty Dave is just such a class act. One thing I noticed, Cyrus, about Dirty Dave, he focuses in on a particular target, and he'll damage that target till it becomes a problem. Then he'll focus in on something else as well. He's very methodical how he picks his shots, and he will not deviate from the game plan, and that's what Dirty Dave does so well. He just never kind of strays from what he's set out from the start of the fight.
Yeah, exactly right. Now he's, obviously, then this is his entire game plan. You said it a little bit earlier on about Stoyan in the way that he approaches it. No, sorry, it wasn't Stoyan. I can't remember who it was, but they were approaching the fight in the sense that they're not going to look for the finish. They're not going to fully go for
Stoyan,
the.
yeah.
It was Stoyan. Okay, yeah. So and Dirty Dave's that same sort of guy, but he's a lot more willing to mix in the wrestling, and that's why I was saying he was so diverse, and he causes problems for everybody out here, J-Dime, because you don't know where it's coming from. The overhands, the simple fundamental striking and leg kick combinations to the takedowns. He's really got it all, and he is that complete package. And what do you do up against a guy that seemingly can do it everywhere?
Here's the thing, right? It looks bad for him. It depends how they're scoring round one, first of all. That depends, because it may be 1-1. But as we know in MMA, it is never over. Like I keep saying, it's a game of momentum. One combo or one punch can change everything, as we seen earlier.
Definitely, and shout out to everybody who's come through in the chat so far. A lot of different people in the community at the moment, streamers alike, from great players like Suave, Jamie, to Castro Nova. Great workouts. We join each other with Aaron versus Dirty Dave right now at the moment, number 13 versus number 10. And so far, Dirty Dave has done a fantastic job, Daytime, of just picking his opponent apart and not deviating from the plan as he hurts him again.
Oh, no, he's picking him apart now.
Brock
Dirty Dave is in his groove.
Takes him for a ride, brother. Takes him for a ride. And this is 3 minutes 50 on the clock. That's gonna feel like an eternity if Aaron is not able to get back to his feet in the near future.
Nice work. Gets back to his feet. Oh, he doesn't get back
Dirty
to his feet.
Dave is feeling good
Right there. Yeah, Dirty Dave will ride this.
He's wasting his
well.
stamina. He keeps trying to get up from there.
Yeah. And you can see the maturity of Dirty Dave compared to the young sort of style from Aaron, the unexperienced sort of style. He does so well at the start of the fight, Aaron, at the moment, but as soon as it goes into the later rounds, Dirty Dave starts to take over, and he's really doing everything risk-free as well, Cyrus. He's not taking a lot of damage himself. Yeah,
and I mean, Dirty Dave, obviously also from the BFAP camp. The last opponent of Aaron was BFAP Slick Colt, another very, very well-adversed grappler on the game. But the difference between Dirty Dave and Slick Colt is Slick Colt likes to use a lot of active transition feints, the undeniable feint game and that sort of thing, whereas Dirty Dave is a more traditional grappler that really, really concentrates on ground and pound, building GA, and really, really tuning in for those denials.
Nice work right there.
I'm not gonna lie, Aaron may need a knockout. Like right now, he may need a knockout, and he's in a position where he can't do anything about it either. Because Dirty Dave's okay laying here, doing transitions. He's okay with that because he's up right now.
I'll just recorrect you right there, J-Dime. He doesn't need a knockout. He needs a gun! Because this guy is losing the fight. I just stole his catch line. J-Dime just got absolutely WWE.
No, listen to me. He does need. He may need a gun. He may need a gun right now. I can't lie. Like right now, I ain't gonna lie.
I don't know, throw some dusters or something, right?
He needs something. Humble, like I said, jump in there. Like I keep saying, Humble, you jump in there.
No, my teammate, brother.
Tag team.
His mom might have to jump in there at the moment.
You can't whoop both of y'all, right?
You've got to remember right now as well, J-Diamond, that his mother, his father, his grandma, his granddad, everybody in his family is sat in the living room watching him get methodically taken apart by Dirty Dave. And Dirty Dave knows this, Cyrus. He is loving and relishing every single moment of this. He's not even trying to finish him. He's tapping him to death.
Yeah, that's 10 seconds left on the clock. Back to Crucifix, and he's going to ride out this position. Happy to land a couple of elbows if needed. A few undeniables on the side of Aaron just to show that he can. But look, that was a fantastic fight. I struggle to see any other way that Dirty Dave doesn't get his hand raised, but stranger things have happened. We will have to tune in for the scorecards going into this one. I mean, my God, could you imagine the controversy if Aaron was to get his hand raised right here?
Well, it would go back to the old aspect of finish your opponent, so I would have no sympathy whatsoever because even though methodically picking your opponent apart, we know we're not dumb players. We've played this game for long enough to know that the judges on this game are absolute bullshit. So even though it's not going to happen, Cyrus, if it did happen, it would be Dirty Dave's own fault.
29-28? 30-27? Oh, 30-27.
Well, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Great performance. Great performance from Dave. And
phenomenal.
he's a tough fighter. He's a tough fighter. He does never deviates. He never kind of has any emotion in the fight. He's one of those fighters that will... He's a dangerous fighter because he sticks to the game plan, Jay Dime, and you know there's going to be something hurt during the second or third round where he's going to try and capitalize on that and then use it to set up other stuff.
Yeah, and I want to say this one thing, right? If I'm in Aaron's position after this, there's two things you can do. You can sit there and cry about it, or you can get up and improve from this. Like I said, you can get your bitch ass up and improve from it. You
He didn't get finished. He didn't get finished. He's got to
he
take
didn't.
that as
You can use this as a learning experience to help you get better and better.
Yeah. But I've got to say, I am fighting in 2 fights, so I'm going to get off now. I'm going to jump off to this card because I've got to go and set up a stream with Johnny and get promoted for that one. But yeah, we are 4-2 versus 3-0, and that's going to be a fantastic fight. But what fights you have in front of you, Cyrus? You got Kobe versus Kurujo and Trixie versus Dragon before my fight, and these 2 fights are absolutely fantastic. The PlayStation division and the matchmakers in Fadnator as well. As long as fighting for the title and being a champion, he's doing that matchmaking. He's putting on some absolute classic matchups right now, and Kobe versus Kurujo is no different.
Yeah, honestly, this next fight as a whole, Kobe, Kurujo, obviously he's been doing his damn thing, man. And I have to say, just because I know a little bit more about Kobe on that side of things, he is a competitor that's been around the scene for quite some time now, right, Jay? He before you kind of joined, he was actually competing on the Xbox side of things, has moved across to PlayStation now, has been working his craft, and is going to be up against a tough opponent in Kurujo, who, like I said, has been around for a while himself and has been having phenomenal performances, especially as of recent.
And listen to me, Cyrus. I'm looking forward to every fight on this main card we got left because we've had a lot of good fights, and it seems to always get better as we get towards the end. So I'm just sitting here as a spectator looking forward to all these fights.
Yes, sir. Like I said, bro, the primetime guarantee never fails to deliver. I think without further ado, these guys are about ready, or I do believe, just getting them up. It is going to be in the welterweight division, and once again, 5-star fighters are now allowed once again. So I expect big things from these 2 guys. Heavy hitters, welterweight have a lot of tools at their disposal. They're able to move very, very well. They're able to hit very, very hard out here, Jay. So, obviously that's going to play a lot of favors depending on whether or not they would have worked on the ground, on the feet, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, there's a million killers you can pick in welterweight too. Like this. Like I'm thinking, who do you know who they're picking? Here we go. We're gonna see. We're about to see now.
George St. Pierre, Kamaru Usman appears to be the bet, bro. So 2 of the welterweight goats currently, and once again, a very diverse set of skills. I mean, that's not kind of shake it any other way. GSP has got hands, and so has Kamaru Usman. They both hit hard. They both have a lot of, kind of technique behind their shots as well. I think Kamaru Usman, doesn't he have like a level 4 or 5 jab or something down those lines?
Level 5 jab and a level 5 straight.
It's craziness, bro. It really is.
Yeah. I think they was pushing it with the level 5. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, but he snaps it out there, obviously. Training on that striking quite a lot, and it's been playing dividends for him. Was able to knock out Jorge Masvidal, was able to get Colby in the first fight with a couple of beautiful shots, may broke his jaw. We'll have to see if he comes out with that same sort of energy in this one. I expect it, like I said, to be all action from the start. Giving a little bit of sign of respect on the side of Usman. Kurujo not wanting to return it, though, instantly getting in his face.
Ooh. Yeah, and let's see who's the real welterweight GOAT. This is a dream matchup. I love these matchups right here.
One that we'll unfortunately never actually get to see in real life, so we will live it vicariously through UFC 4. Ooh. Big power takedown from Kobe's. Gonna find himself in side control early. There's a lot of time to work as well. 4 minutes left on the clock, J-Dime. Kamaru Usman, that ground and pound is terrifying.
Yeah, it is. Kamaru Usman is a hell of a wrestler. GSP has good grappling as well, but he was smart to get the match down to the ground early, so he has a lot of time to work with.
Side control open to him nice and easily, but not staying, kind of flat on his back. Kurujo being very, very active to get across, but once again, not out of the woods yet, and gets his back taken early, Jay. This is a terrible spot to be.
Yeah, and it's early in the fight. He's here early. Ooh, this is a horrible spot to be in right now. This is not a good spot to be in right now.
This could be it.
His block is getting crunched, too. Oh my gosh, are you okay?
I mean,
this is
one of the worst positions to find yourself in the game. I actually much prefer somebody being in top mount on me rather than, again, you flattened out on your back. The choke is there, the ground and pound is there, and this is a fantastic start for Kobe's. But he does get reversed, J-Dime.
Listen to me. I can see this being a great fight right now. I know it started shaky for GSP, but now he's on top. Now let's see, because everyone could fight on top. Okay, reverse again. Oh my goodness.
Back and forth, brother. These guys have their denials on point here this evening.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what GSP does here. He's raining down shots.
We got a lot of support for Kobe and Kershaw in the chat. We'll have to see which way the predictions went. We'll see if that gets fed back from the back. But honestly, it's an evenly contested bout at this point. I think either guy can take it. Although there are certain kind of advantages for Kobe with some of that early lead that he was able to get in the first 30 seconds or so.
Yeah, and you got to keep in mind, Kamaru Usman, he doesn't have 100 cardio, but he has a 99 cardio too. You got to keep that in mind too. So he has a lot to work with right now, and he's about to rain some shots down again.
Well, wow. A lot of support in the chat, but the betting favorite seems to be Kobe. 98% of the votes in the favor of Kobe's, and he's now finding himself with GSP on his back, although he is able to stop the flattening out, and that's a saving grace right there.
He gets him off him. So there's no Kerjo support in the chat? There's none?
Bro, they're saying in the chat they just didn't want to spend their money, man.
Either that or they don't believe in him. Like 98% the other way is crazy.
Yeah, it is really.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Ooh. Hey, that won him the round. That's the round right there.
Yeah, that was a big land at the end of that round, and also he started it very well as well, right, Jay? He came out very, very good, so he started and ended the round in a very dominant fashion. Seems to have GSP's stamina compromised, trying to make all of his supporters right here this evening. Kobe's staying calm and composed, but look at the way that Kershaw is trying to throw at the beginning. I don't know what to take from it. Do you think he's a little bit frustrated out here?
Yeah, like them lunging hooks don't close range. You just wasting your stamina. Missing those take a chunk. Ooh, but he denies the takedown.
Knee to the body, couple to the head. Now he's going to get taken down, though, with relative ease. The stamina was a little bit low after that flurry there, Jay Diamond. Once again, Kobe just making sure he capitalizes on everything that his opponent gives him.
Yeah, and I think he's about to dominate this ground. And here's the thing. The whole world didn't bet on Kobe, right? That's what you said? The whole world bet on him?
Yes, sir.
Oh, this is a horrible position to be in. Forget what I just said. Horrible.
Yeah, and he gets the first denial. That is the most important one, folks. The elbows are raining down. He's going to have to hope to get one off, and he does. But this is no better, Jay. This is no better. Look at this position. Look at the ground and pound from Usman.
Yeah, Usman is getting really comfortable right now. This is his territory right now. And, like, it's impressive because he got the whole world voting for him right now, and he's living up to the pressure thus far.
Yeah, I mean, Kershaw trying to answer back, does find himself back on his feet now, no longer in such a compromising position, but throwing kicks on the inside, opening up to some boxing combination. He gets flatlined, Jay. This is a crazy pace. Over 2 minutes left. I think these guys are going night-night at some point in the near future.
Yeah, he got GSP chin on a plate right now. It's like, to me, GSP striking's predictable right now. Like, when he throw them hooks or them uppercuts and he get pulled, I think those are predictable, bro.
Yeah, no, definitely, brother. And I think it's through some of the frustration, right? He just feels like everything that he had wasn't working. Kobe's answering back to, well, consecutive shots, sits him down once again, and this is the finish. Maybe is closely behind. Oh my God, Jay, the reversal.
Hey, he needed that, Cyrus. He needed that one. Ooh.
Over and over again, he lands shots. This is what GSP needs, though. He's got 1:10 left on the clock, Jay, and, after such a shaky first half of that second round, now is the time to get something back in his favor, try to get the damage he so desperately needs off on Usman's head.
Yeah, it is, and sometimes you just need that one. Maybe he just needed that reversal to get him a little bit of momentum, because when everything's going left, it's like you don't think anything could go right, but you just need that slimmer of hope.
Oh my God, the body work, but almost gets caught with that lead upper from GSP, trying to answer back. But look, he is just so compromised. This has got to be it.
Oh my, hey, it like got shot by a shotgun. Just, you see how far that straight took him?
I mean, if y'all wanted to see a dead body, just got one right there. Kamaru Usman, not just sleeping, folks. He is separating more than just your mind, your consciousness from your body, taking lives out here. GSP may never be the same again. That's a big straight. Beautiful, beautiful work. God damn.
Yeah, my goat just went down.
I
My
mean,
goat really went down. Like, that's straight. You see how far? Like, I know you seen in the replay how far he just flew off that straight.
bro, his head went back like a Pez dispenser, no lie. Just a boom. Body went stiff, collapsed on the spot. Doesn't get more perfect than that right there.
Man, I'm speechless. That was a good performance. A very good performance. He lived up to the hype because everybody put their coins on him too.
Yeah, proving his supporters right. Like I said, 98% of the voting went on Kobe. Obviously, they had a little bit of an insight going into this one, maybe, and he was able to support, prove his supporters right. So all the props in that way. It's been a phenomenal night of fights, my man. It really, really has. Start to finish, these guys have all been delivering. The primetime guarantee continues each and every bout. We're going to take a quick look ahead of the rest of the card. Of course, up next, we're going to be having BFAB's very own Trixie, known as the pound-for-pound GOAT within Primetime MMA, holds the record for the longest defense streak on the Xbox console. He is up against a dangerous all-round opponent, though. TFA's very own Dragon out here. Honestly, a phenomenal competitor. Excellent grappling. But honestly, his pressure game is second to none as well, Jay. So I know to expect an action-packed bout in that one. And then, of course, your boy and mine, KIA Humble, taking on the up-and-coming threat in Johnny. I mean, you got to be just as hyped as I am for that one, bro.
Hey, yes, I'm hyped. Humble better not lose either. I'm on nobody's side, but I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I'm just talking about Humble right now. But that should be a great fight, and Humble don't lose.
No, of course. It's, like I said, top to bottom. Killer after killer is what we expect to see. In the main event, the Xbox Championship will be on the line. FSK Fadnator up against S&B's very own Mix-Ups. New Camp, offshoot of EK, I do believe. And the co-main event, Storm up against Kev L. We're going to take a very, very short interlude before we hit up the next one as these guys get all set up. Stay tuned, get your drinks, get your popcorn. We'll be back in 60 seconds or so, getting into the last couple of fights of this main card. And we are back just like that. straight back into the main card myself, Cyrus the Looney, your host for this evening. Joining me, Primetime Dime's very own, or Primetime's very own J Dime. How you doing, my man? Crazy Dragon up against Swift Trixie, two of the top level competitors on Xbox. Can't wait to see it, my man.
And man, like I said this a million times. I'm pumped and I'm just ready. I just want the fights to happen now. I'm ready to watch the fights.
Well, without further ado, they are ready. They are lobbied. As you can see, a significant lead on the side of Trixie, but a little bit different under the lights, brother. A little bit different under the lights.
Hold on. Whoa. Hold on. The record is 4-20, right? But with that being said, spars, playing ranked, and all that is different than fighting in a league where the bright lights are on you. It's way different. Somebody can, for example, right? You remember when Tyron Woodley used to said, I used to whoop Kobe Covington in training. Mm-hmm. When they actually fought with the bright lights on, what happened? The opposite. So disregard that 4-20 record because anything can happen here.
Exactly. The pressure is now on. But talking of pressure, Swift Trixie is a man that, if anybody is as seasoned as they come to rise into the occasion, former champion wants to get back on that winning track. He now sees a man that he holds holds a number of wins over as the champion, and he feels like he's just been on a bad skid and obviously has made the necessary mental changes to get back into this game. But rest assured, the Crazy Dragon is taking this fight seriously. He wants to win. He wants to work up those rankings, Jay, and try to do it up against a tough opponent like Swift Trixie. That would be one hell of a feather in his cap.
It would, especially someone that's beat you that much. Like, you got to look at it like this. He's taking food off your table right now. That's the way you got to look at it. Like, this is everything to you right now.
Mm-hmm. Body shots. Trixie is a guy that traditionally is used to fighting 5-round fights, of course, being the champion for such a long time. But he has adjusted his game slightly, especially in that last showing coming out of the gates. The thing with Trixie is his second round has traditionally been his best round, J-Dime. And obviously, that first round, a lot of the time, is just about making reads against your opponent.
Yeah, because that's the right thing to do to me, because sometimes people throw the whole kitchen sink at you in the first round, and now he done downloaded data. Now he can make adjustments. He can make his reads from there now. And then that's why you see in the second round, a lot of times when people lose, they're a totally different fighter the next round.
Yeah, exactly right. And that's something just to lead on to that. The Crazy Dragon is actually formerly part of a camp called TP, which was Technical Pressure. He is known for going forward. He is known for throwing hands. This is actually a little bit more of a reserved match, kind of approach from him at this point. But I think that's due to the respect factor for somebody like Swift Trix and his capabilities on UFC 4.
Yeah, because the thing about this, Trixie I'm not gonna say clout. His name holds some weight because he's been a champion for so long. So fighting someone like that, you gotta have respect for him.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly right. And right now, I mean, he's actually starting to land some really good boxing combination. Is Swift Trixie, BFAP's very own. But I have to say, Crazy Dragon is utilizing some good leg kicks, although he does get caught with that short right hand.
Oh wait, this may be over.
Oh my god.
Hey Cyrus, is this over?
I think so, brother.
Oh, he survived.
Just gonna throw this one back to the truck as we see a little bit of grappling here. What do you think that we can see out of Dustin Poirier to try and change the tides of this one here, Doc?
Trixie's grappling, he is using McGregor, so working that full guard, you do have the option of the rubber guard that Poirier can go to. Try to get a fifth over. We have seen Crazy Dragons grappling in the past. If they do get back up onto the feet, though, it's going to be the leg kicks, and he got the back, which is a very dominant position. You have top mount here, you have backside, you can get the damage off. It's just a case of will Trixie allow him to do such here?
Yeah, and I think that, if I'm not mistaken, Dustin Poirier does also have the armbar should he want to go for it. But it looks like Swift Trixie, being such a veteran here, J-Dime, is being calm and composed, not giving up anything, and has managed to whittle down so there's not enough time to get a sub off, so he just has to watch out for this GMP.
Yeah, Conor just has to survive here because the round's about to end, because he clearly won the first round. He clearly took that round.
Oof, my god, man. Has this been an action-packed fight so far? You can see that the Swift Trixie over there on the right-hand side, the blue corner, former champion, having a very, very good first round. And like I said, traditionally, second round is where he comes to life. So we will have to see if Crazy Dragon has been able to make some necessary adjustments, or if the Swift Trix of old comes through again and makes this his best round yet.
That's scary what you just said, because He's usually a second round fighter, and he started off that first really strong.
Yeah, and I think
he made him reach early.
One of the things that, some people were saying he went on a bit of a skid, like I said, lost 2 or 3 fights, which was unheard of. He feels like he's made the reads. He no longer feels like he's the same fighter. And once again, he gets the finish in the second round, J-Dime. Almost, you could predict it. I'd put real money on that shit. Like, genuinely, put Trixie, second round KO, basically any fight he's in. I don't know how he does it, but he does it often. He does it often. God damn.
It sounds like you would bet your house on it because you was right. That second round, he just turns it up.
It's and he's one of those fighters, Jay, that he's just all flow. Like he's not thinking out there. He's all flow. He's got a corner with him, as a lot of the top level guys do, right? But a lot of what he does is not kind of like, I'm gonna do this next, I'm gonna do that next. He just goes Neo in this thing and starts missing, starts evading shots and countering with ferocious combinations.
Yeah, that was a beautiful performance. It doesn't look like Conor has a scratch on him either. That's a great performance. And to his opponent, Dragon, that was still a good performance. Like I said, you can always learn from it. You can use that to get even better.
Yeah, exactly right, exactly right. And Crazy Dragon's the type of guy that will do just that, not the type of guy to, kind of cry over spilt milk, so to speak. He will definitely be back in the lab, sooner rather than later, and I imagine that, those are some good rounds against a very, very tough opponent. But with this being said, brother, we have one of our very own commentators, our own Paul Felder, if you will, KIA's Humble, jumping in the cage now after a long stretch in the booth with us. He is going to be taking on one of the fast rising stars on the PlayStation side of things, and that is Johnny 2049 in the lightweight division. This kid, I believe, is undefeated and is trying to make his name off KIA Humble here this evening there, Jay.
Yeah, like, Humble is a grizzled vet. Humble is one of the best in the world, but he may look at Humble as a stepping stone, and that may be the wrong way to look at him, right? Because, kind of like how Alex Hernandez looked at Donald Cerrone as a stepping stone. Exactly. If he does that, he could get caught, but hopefully he doesn't do that, so it's a great fight.
Yeah, completely and utterly agree with you. It's really going to be about how these guys approach each other going into this one. Like I said, I expect all action from the bell. If you've seen Humble fight before, you know that he only knows one way, and that is all-out action all the time. He likes to really, really put out the highlights for the fans, and that's what I expect to see as he goes the human highlight reel in Justin Gaethje up against Bobby Green. And let's just take a minute. I rate that pick. Bobby Green, one of the best fighters, like personality-wise, on the scene, has some fantastic boxing. His head movement is fantastic, Jay. But can he do that up, on the esporting platform up against somebody like Humble with Justin Gaethje? Eesh.
Yeah, and also, I think his Bobby Green gonna be really good because that's his profile picture too. So this not his first time using Bobby Green.
Definitely, man. Definitely. And like I said, I believe Bobby Green has actually had a bit of an update recently in terms of his stats. I think he had a bit of a better jab added in and the like. I don't know. Did you keep track of all of the stats and the updates, Jay?
No, you know what I've been doing. We don't gotta talk about it, but you know what I've been doing. I haven't been on UFC.
Yeah, I got you, bro. I got you.
Yeah. Usually I got you with the stats. Usually.
Okay, Maya actually has a better jab than Green, I'm being told from the truck in the back, but Green still has a level 1 jab. That's pretty concerning to you, to be honest with you. The jab is a great
tool. He may
be
able to walk through that. That's troubling. A level 1 jab?
Level 1 jab?
He may be able to walk through his jab, bro. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. He may be able to do that.
But he does have 94 speed and 91 power these days, and that's nothing to be sniffed at. Obviously, those short hooks can come into play. He's got beautiful head movement, and I think he's going to have to utilize that. Although those leg kicks are starting to stack up over here, Jay, and you know that it doesn't take too many from, Justin Gaethje to really kind of change the fight entirely.
Yeah, them leg kicks may be Justin Gaethje's biggest strength. And Bobby Green with the hands.
Yes.
Hold on. I was worried about this Bobby Green pick at first, but I don't think I'm worried anymore.
No, it's going well for him, man. He's doing some good stuff out here. Humble, trying to answer back. Going back to that leg kick would definitely be a route to success. But He did miss that big head kick, and that's a little bit concerning from Humble. You don't normally see him a little flustered, and I think that's what's happening right here as Bobby Green is landing those combos.
Hold on. Bobby Green may put Justin Gaethje out. Hold on, Bobby. And then, if you notice, Bobby Green also has a slight stamina advantage. It ain't much, but it's a slight one. Oh, goodness. He's starting off strong. Hey, I'm not going to lie to you. Humble need to take a deep breath. He needs to regroup because Bobby Green got a pep in his step right now.
Do you know what I think? I think Humble needs a power double right here, brother. You see him blocking low, I know, but needs to change something up in this fight. And to be honest with you, the striking's starting to go against him a little bit. Looks like Bobby Green is really settling in on these combinations.
Yeah, you've seen that. Okay, there's a single. He kind of listened to it. He took him down. He kind of listened.
Look, it did the trick. It did the trick, man. And now he's got half guard. He's got a minute left to work. It does just stop the damage coming his way, and maybe he's able to stack up some ground and pound on Bobby Green. That's some good work right there. Stamina a little bit low, though, Jay, and that's going to open up some submissions and easy get-ups if his opponent's all over it.
Yeah, but Humble needed this, to be honest. This is what he needed because Bobby Green was on a roll, and this kind of slowed the momentum a little bit because he can't punch your face like that when he's on his back.
Exactly, man. And I mean, unless you're somebody like Nico Price, right? Or Kevin Holland, you ain't getting a knockout there, but that's the reversal. The stamina was low. Easily did it come for Bobby Green, and now the ground and pound from top mount is going to rain down, Jay.
Oh, yeah, that's Bobby Green round for sure.
What did he get? Two rocks right there, was it? Two? Yeah.
I know he put him down, too. I know he put him... One of them put him down. Let me see.
Oh, 1-1. There you go.
One knockdown.
But you got to take note as well. There was actually more significant strikes landed on the side of Justin Gaethje, but I do know that they count leg kicks as a significant strike, so a couple of leg kicks probably added to that statistic.
But the good thing is, though, it's not just a one-round fight. The second round, you can make adjustments.
Exactly right. Once again, I think I'll throw this back to the truck with Doctor in the back. What would you like to see out of KIA Humble? I'd imagine maybe a little bit more grappling as we saw from the end of that first round.
Oh, he's having difficulty on the feet. That head kick's one way to land him. Now putting the pressure there all of a sudden. But the grappling, probably going back to the grappling used Gaethje's leg kicks. He's got a good rear leg kick. You can land it a couple of times. It takes away that 91 power. It takes away your ability to even use that footwork. And if Humble wants to probably continue on with this fight, he's getting pressure. You kick out someone's leg, it's going to give them issues.
Yeah, that 95 head movement that you told me about a little bit earlier on, Jay, it is coming into, playing massive dividends for Johnny. He's pulled a lot of shots right now, and he's getting off some good counters with those hooks as a result.
Yeah, Johnny's doing his thing, but Humble has had a little more success this round because he stunned him too. Humble, like I said, Humble just need that one moment. But like when he stunned him, I don't think he took advantage of it though. I think he kind of rushed it and was kind of like a madman a little bit.
Yeah, trying to really push that action, right? Trying to push the pace. But honestly, I think both guys are trying to do just that, trying to get those points. The flying knee lands for Humble. He is unloading, Jay.
Ooh, but here's the thing. Humble's having success, but Johnny looks cool, calm, and collected right now. He didn't panic or nothing. Now we're back here again.
Yeah, he's fighting like Bobby Green. I'll be honest with you. He's kind of like almost simming Bobby Green here because he is very calm and composed. He's using that head movement. He's confident in his striking. He feels like his opponent isn't doing the damage, isn't able to land big damage against him. And that's the way that he's fighting. But that can sometimes, be a bit of a mistake. As we saw, Gaethje can land. And when he does land big there, Jay.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you, Bobby Green ate that knee clean.
Do you think that's the stamina though, right? The Gaethje stamina is pretty dire at this stage.
Listen to me, Silas. Oh my God! Hey, that boy's out. Johnny just put him to sleep.
The fucking head movement, bro. The head movement.
He just put that boy to sleep. He put Humble out of commission, bro. I don't know if Humble's returning to the commentating booth tonight because that he put that boy out.
My God, look at that. Look at that.
Boy, it's a slumber party.
Can't be mad at that. That was picture perfect. Look at that slip, brother. Crispy clean. Crispy clean.
Was. And then Justin Gaethje had noodle legs after too. Good win. That's a great win for Johnny, an up and coming prospect. Like, I'm impressed.
Yeah, I mean, still undefeated, I believe. I mean, I'll get an update from the back if I'm mistaken, but I believe he's undefeated, and that was a tough fight for KIA. Humble, obviously, he came out, had some really, really good moments in that bout. Head should be held high. Once again, we know that he'll go back to the drawing board, assess what went wrong, but cannot deny Johnny is a threat on the PlayStation division as he continues to accelerate his kind of path to that title. My God, this kid has a bright, bright future ahead of him there, Jay.
Yeah, he has a really bright future. To come out with Bobby Green, not a meta character, he could have chose anybody because he's on the main card, but he chose Bobby Green and put Humble lights out. A beautiful performance.
Well, that was fantastic. It does take us, though, Jay, into our co-main event of the evening. We're going to be having Storm up against Kev L. Two guys on the PlayStation division that have been doing their damn thing, looking fantastic start to finish. And I think that this is going to set us perfectly up for our main event here this evening. It is in the bantamweight division. 5 stars are allowed, so we're going to be seeing TJ Dillashaw up against Jose Aldo, or so it would appear. I personally love this weight class, Jay. I don't know about your personal preferences, but bantamweight's one of the funnest weight classes to fight in. This one, featherweight, just such an array of fighters that you can pick from, and really, really kind of polarizing opposite styles, from the kickboxing to the boxing, some grapplers, really, really kind of spoilt in these weight classes.
Weight is one of my favorite weight classes in this game, and I love TJ Dillashaw. I'm not gonna lie, I pick TJ Dillashaw almost every time because TJ has the 5-star kickboxing with the 4-star boxing combos, with the high footwork too. Like, he's, besides Petr Yan, to me, TJ is the man in bantamweight because that footwork, if you know how to use it well,
yes, sir,
it can really work to your advantage.
Completely and utterly agree with you, man. That signature movement, one of the very few fighters to have that signature movement, and like you said, when you're able to utilize it well, it can really, really put your opponent, in a dire situation, man. They don't know what to do. They're not able to land a lot of those straight shots. You can come around with hooks, but we're going to see how these guys approach it, touching it up. A 3-0 advantage to Kev L, but as we said, Jay, doesn't really make the biggest difference when you step under these bright lights. It brings different pressure and allows for people who are maybe a little bit more seasoned to kind of really rise to that occasion.
Yeah, and I gotta bring up this. Storm is coming off. Oh my gosh, never mind. He's on the ground. Never mind. He is on the ground. I was about to say Storm's coming off a great performance where he made Stoyan quit, but never mind. Because every time I talk, someone gets pieced up. Every single time I talk.
It's an absolutely frenetic pace early in this first round. Looks like Storm is trying to answer back with some inside and outside kicks. Lots of lead hooks and uppercuts following as well, Jay. Honestly, he's trying to get something back, and that may go in his favor, but it could pay against him, right? Because obviously there's a lot of damage on the side of Jose Aldo, and it only takes one to turn those lights out.
Yeah, but like, do you notice how fast this fight is? This fight started really fast. Like, they're fighting like somebody owes somebody some money. That's the way they're fighting right now.
Yeah, and another great thing, that's another great thing about the bantamweight division, right, is that the cardios are a little bit better. They're smaller guys. They still hit fucking hard, though, bro, so it's not like they're not going to, turn each other's lights out, but just that cardio, the footwork, it means a lot more creativity is at their disposal, and that's what we're seeing right here, Jay. I just mean, god damn, everything, including the kitchen sink, being launched at their opponents, start to finish.
Yeah, and then, even though TJ is getting punched, do you see that 96 footwork coming to hand? It's like he's sliding on the mat. It looks like he's sliding.
Absolutely craziness, bro. It's, as I said, man, as we work up this card, it really, really does just make a... You see the kind of levels continue to improve, right? The combinations, the feints. I like what I'm seeing from the pressure. The cage cutting right now from Dillashaw has been excellent, but I just have to say Kev L just seems so composed out here, Jay, and he seems to be picking his shots very, very well.
Yeah, he's cool, calm, and collected. Like, and then he also, if I'm not mistaken, he dropped him or stunned him this round too. So this is his round right now too. So he can really coast a little bit. He can cool out a little bit for the rest of this round, but don't get caught with nothing big.
Oh my God!
Oh, never mind. Forget coasting. He may put that boy out of commission. Ooh.
The takedown attempt, the denial on for Kev L, but now he's gassed, and this is where Storm can punish him, Jay.
Yeah. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Something is telling me Kev may catch him before this round, and he may catch him. I don't know. Something is telling me that though.
Honestly, the like I said, the pace, brother, the pace is it's a bit of madness right now. 4 seconds left in this first round. I mean, how are you judging that, Jay? I don't know how you could judge it, to be honest with you, bro. It's that was a crazy pace across the entire 5 minutes.
Here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
If Jose starts kicking his leg, it's a different ball game. He could take that power away from TJ if he starts kicking his legs. Like, that's what I'm surprised about, that Jose hasn't kicked his legs.
It's a good point, man. It is, because those leg kicks, they're absolutely crazy from Aldo, but he lands the combination to the head, and he sits him down, Jay.
Oh, he may put him out. I'm not gonna lie to you. He may put that boy out of commission. Hey, listen to me. Is it over? Is it over, Cyrus?
I think no. The defense is there. The head health has survived, but this is good. Good momentum for Aldo. He's just doing a phenomenal job right now, continuing to pour on this pressure, and the head health is very, very suspect. You see it flashing basically if anything lands, including a gentle breeze.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. That's demoralizing for TJ right there. He can't even get a takedown right now, and he's getting pieced up right now on the feet. So that's a little. If I'm him, I'm a little demoralized. It's a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Here we go, Joe. Whoa. Okay. Ooh.
I mean, look,
defense.
Mixing in the grappling, right? Mixing in the takedowns and that is going to play right into his favor. He'll set up some headshots and allow him to unload just like this, but the stamina's not there. The counter, Jay.
And he looks staring him down. He's staring him down like this.
What the?
He just staring that boy down. Hey, that's disrespectful. He knocked him out with the elbow and then he just stared him down. Like, bro, hold on. Let me reenact it. He just stared him down. Nah, that's disrespectful.
Oh my god. What a crazy fight, bro. Main card, right? Main card. Featured fight of the main card. Fucking hell, man. But what can you say? What can you say? When stuff like that happens, right? When stuff like that happens, just the pace of it. They came out of the gates hot, man. They came out of those gates hot. That was a co-main event for the ages. The pace set out was absolutely phenomenal. And like I said, as I expected, it sets us up so beautifully for this main event of the evening. With that being said, I believe that we're being joined back in the booth by Mr. Humbledink. How you doing, brother? Hopefully you're back recovered and ready for this main event, which is one crazy main event, bro. 2 high-level competitors ready to get at it.
Yeah, definitely. I'm a bit dizzy, to be honest, Cyrus. After that, I got hit pretty hard in that fight, and my head bounced off the canvas, and I don't really remember much of the fight. I just remember waking up with a doctor in my face. But yeah, it was. I believe it was a good fight. Hopefully, everybody was entertained. But yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I just don't recall anything that happened during that fight.
No, and that's perfectly fine, brother. You went to war. You went to war and got caught with a couple of dingers, but we'll watch it back a little bit later. But that's probably for the better right now. We move on to Fadinator S&B mix-ups. These two guys have grinded their way to the top of the Xbox division out here. To throw it back to you very briefly, FSK Fadinator, just a great champion, has been hunting around that spot, an active competitor, was a gatekeeper for a while, was eventually able to get the job done and get back into that championship spot, and he feels like now is his reign. He was able to get that win over Trixie, and now is challenging up against people like S&B mix-ups, and he feels like this is a long reign for him, Humble.
Yeah, and let's beat the bush here as well. I am a massive fan of Fadinator. He's currently 8-1, and we've got to remember what he did last season before Trixie actually beat him. He had an issue with one person last season, that was Trixie, and he got over that earlier this season. And last year, let's not forget, last year he was a dominant champion for maybe 6 or 7 title defenses before Trixie took it off him. So Fadinator is a killer, and the only blemishes in his record is somebody he's already vanquished this season. So if he can continue with the path that he's usually on, he's going to dominate as always, and it's going to be a tough matchup because he is my boy. But mix-ups, Jedi is your boy, and that's going to be an absolutely insane fight.
No, I do like mix-ups. Mix-ups is a really good fighter, and he's down 0-3 to Fadinator, who's a monster. Fadinator is a dog, but like I said, It's different when the bright lights are on. You can get beat up in sparring. You can get beat up on ranked. But when it's in a league, when the bright lights are on, it's way different. So we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know much about getting beat up. Like I said, I'm still a bit dizzy. A little bit.
Yeah, you just woke up
from earlier on. It's just a. It didn't even happen, to be honest. It's just a memory. You know, that's what he did to me, where they knocked me senseless. So, I believe it was a good fight. I hope everyone enjoyed it. But that's exactly what can happen, though, Cyrus. It can be over in a second. Your chance to shine, your chance to go forward and kind of prove who you are as a competitor can be taken away with your instinct, and it can take one shot.
Bro, I've been there, bro. I've been there. Trust it. Sometimes it goes that way, but that's the kind of the cross that you bear when you try to have an entertaining style, and that's something that Fadinator does so well. Just to segue right into that, J Dime, is he's an aggressive striker. He's a forward pressure guy. He will bring the fight to you, and that's why he has such a large support within the community.
Hey, listen to me. I like Fadinator though. Fadinator is a good fighter. He's a monster, bro. But Mix-Ups is my guy. I mess with Mix-Ups too.
No, trust. Mix-Ups does just that, right? He mixes it up. He does the grappling into the striking, and there's not resting on any laurels here. This kid has got skills everywhere.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Oh, he takes Connor to the ground.
And not just a fantastic striker and grappler and player as well. A fantastic mind. He's one of our matchmakers who, let's be real, Cyrus, came into the PlayStation side not knowing many of these people and has managed to put on a peripheral of absolutely incredible matches so far for us in the last 3 weeks or 4 weeks that he's been doing that job. And me overseeing him is a pleasure, but as a analyst, as somebody who has to look on the outside and take all that information in, you've got to think, what does that take away from his actual game? What time does that take away from his training as a champion?
Yeah, it could be a blessing or a curse, right? It could take he may no longer be overtraining, and that may even be why he got the win over Trixie. He does look revitalized and honestly looks as dangerous as ever. If it's taken anything away from him, then that's a scary thought indeed, Humble. But look at the way he's approaching this fight. He's got Mix-Ups pressed up against the cage, J-Dime. What would you like to see out of Mix-Ups? A little bit different here to try and, answer the call and stop this forward pressure.
I'd like to see Mix-Up circle the cage, get out, because he's getting the cage cut, get out, and then throw some teeps, keep Connor off him. Because like earlier, like Humble teammate was fighting, bro, he was just getting pushed on that cage. That forward pressure was just messing him up.
It definitely, and a bit one for J Dime as well. I'd like to see him mix things up. It's what he does best. He's got to take Connor out of his comfort zone. If that's a clinch, if that's a takedown, you've got to mix those shots up as well, because that's what got him here. That's what got him to the dance, Cyrus.
Exactly, brother. Exactly. And I mean, we saw a little bit of a kind of attempt at a mix-up earlier, but he continues to get caught with combinations, and this might be it.
Ooh. Hey, that was in slow-mo.
Yeah, I mean, this is really, really troublesome times for the challenger, the champion, looking like just that. Looks like he's in complete and utter control out here, Humble, and you've got to be impressed from what you're seeing from this young prodigy that's taken the reins at the top of Primetime MMA and appears like he does not want to give that up anytime soon. Although his controller might be dead.
Oh, he's going to finish.
His controller may be dead, bro. His controller might be dead.
Controller might be dead.
Oh, he's not taking it. He's not taking it. He took the knockdown, right? And you can't blame him for that. But
wow!
Hey, bro, I knocked his head off.
You are lucky. I would have took that win with a heartbeat, and I don't give a fuck what anyone else is saying. This is primetime MMA. If I'm more prepared than my opponent, I deserve the win, and that is exactly what Mix-Ups was going for right there.
Yeah, I'm surprised he stopped, bro. I'm surprised he stopped, Jay. I mean, look, props to your guy out here, man. Props to S&B Mix-Up. He doesn't want to win the belt.
You can't have a heart in this game. You cannot have a heart in this game. This is not a game for nice guys.
Has he got his controller connected, Cyrus? We're about to find out because he's had a couple of seconds right there.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. Oh, he has. He's coming for payback.
Listen
oh my God.
The offense don't wait for the defense.
Yeah,
right. He should have Aldoed him. That's what he should have done, bro. He should have taken that knee. It's like not up. Stay down, bro.
Let's be serious right now as well. This is a title fight. This puts you at the pinnacle, the top of primetime MMA against the top competitors in the world, including people from the ESFL and every other league in the business. Everyone's got your eye on you. You've got to take your opportunities when you can, J-Dime.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I would have knocked his head off. I would have thrown the meanest punches at him. It would have been over. I would have had the belt if I was him.
He's trying to come back.
Head kick city, bro. That's what it was. But he is trying to answer back. That head rock may actually play some favors for him as he equalized out the damage and allows him to unload with some of those Dustin Poirier combinations. But easier said than done out here, Humble. I mean, look at the Fadinator throwing combinations, just kind of recklessly, reckless abandon on that inside.
Oh, nice work. Yeah, but Fadinator does a great job of closing the distance with his straight punches, and when he's in there, he throws multiple hooks as well. So even when he catches his opponent moving his head a lot or just blocking, perfect to kind of break that block. Catch him going into something as well, Jay Dime, with the head movement.
That's a good takedown, but I'm gonna tell you what the problem is, though, Humble. Now that he didn't let him survive when his controller died, I think he's gonna try to kill him now. I think he's gonna murder him now. I don't know.
That's what you got to do. It's a title fight in prime time. I don't want to overemphasize the significance of this, Cyrus, but it is a massive feat. There's so many people that want to win this title and probably aren't going to win it in their lifetime. Me probably being one of them on the PlayStation side, but it is important to try your best to try and win this, and you want to be on that feather clap.
Oh! No, you're exactly right, brother. And if he had done so, he would have been champion, would have been up against some new talent. He would have that, a special role within the server forever. He would have had, kind of recognition of being primetime champion, but he does not want to get it in controversy, or so it would seem. Did the honorable thing, but as said, nice guys often finish last, and Fadinator's looking to continue to hold this belt. Jay going to try and uncork on the challenger and get himself back ahead in this 5-round main event.
Yeah, Fad has been fighting beautifully too. Besides when his controller died, like I said, Mix-Up should have ended that fight. And then, he got to play chess with it. Then he would have fought someone else. Then he would have fought someone completely different.
Exactly.
These two starting to get annoyed with each other as well now, because, you can see some gamesmanship there. It's a lot stricter now with the combinations. They're not letting them fly as much. They're trying to catch each other in certain opportunities. The pace is kind of slowed down. Oh, no. He's got him.
Bro.
Mix-ups.
They killed each other.
What a fight we
My
had.
God, that is. Mix-Ups gets the second round legitimately. Did not, and I mean, look, how did the first round go? Because he got the rock at the end as well.
The first round he won because he knocked him down when his controller.
No touch. Let that be known right there. These two started touching gloves.
bad-
Now, Mix-Ups is going to wish.
I told you he made him upset with that. I told you. You're supposed to go big or go home. He literally dropped him and let him. He's like, yeah, never mind. I'm not gonna finish it.
The problem I've got, Cyrus, and this might just be me. You've got to take this as the highest of class of fight that you're going to get, and you've got to take every opportunity that you can possibly get. And Mix-Ups was kind of wasted opportunity when his controller died. I know you said the right and honourable thing, but the other time as well, when he started taunting when he had him hurt. So there's 2 or 3 opportunities that he's had currently that he hasn't taken, and now the head health is going in Fadinator's favour, and that's where he really excels when he gets going in a fight. He doesn't deviate from the game plan.
And I will say that that is right, but Fadinator does seem to be a little bit frustrated here. He was mocking the bobbleheading a little bit earlier. That's what started the taunting spree, as beautifully pointed out by the chat. And it's whether or not this kind of is going to play in his favors. You're definitely right. I would prefer him to take the opportunities when they're available, because otherwise strikes like this from somebody like Fadinator will continue to find the mark, Jay. I mean, the guy is a bit of a sniper out there with these shots, and he continues to land big ones.
He's looking
from deep. That's what it looked like.
He's not taking
and he's mocking me. It looked like a sniper from deep.
Mix-Up's looking for a reversal right now. Doesn't
Yeah.
get it. Fadinator stands back up after some good ground and pound. Oh!
Pull block, bro. Pull block.
Pull reaction time. Exceptional.
Oh, that left hand from corner is phenomenal. This might be it.
Hammer. He's going down. Fadinator is going to try and win the belt right now.
And it's over.
And still, people, Fadinator reigns true, FSK on top. Fadinator doing them proud once again. Got to be feeling very, very good after that win. I mean, look, he could have lost his belt here this evening, Humble. if his control, if he was up against anybody else, really. Mix-ups, is one of the very, very few that would have
You're
not
my
jumped
teammate.
there.
Listen, Cyrus, if you're my teammate and that's against me, if you're my mother, if you're my brother, if you're my son, I am taking your head off at any second right there. There is no chance I'm letting you win in a competitive league fight for the belt. There's just no chance, because Mix-Ups could be calling himself the new champion right now, but I know it's a seedy way. You've got to keep your controller charged, Cyrus. You're a professional player.
Exactly right, brother. Exactly right. That does, however, bring the conclusion to, quite honestly, an absolutely epic night of fights. I'd like to thank each and every competitor, viewer, all of the staff members that helped put this together. Of course, yourselves in the commentary booth. I'm sure that you've had as much fun calling this as I have. We are going to be pushing a raid forward into the community, so make sure to join that up. You can make somebody Saturday night. Other than that, for myself, peace out. If you guys have anything to say before we jump out, by all means do.
Are we raiding, Cyrus? That's the question I've got for yourself.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody has any suggestions, by means,
Nugs. Let's get Rasta Nugs.
Rasta Nugs online? Let's get Rasta, brother.
Let's get Rasta Nugs, and I'll give you a little segue into that as well. Rasta Nugs, one of the best competitors in the UFC community, but mainly a character, a beautiful character, J-Dan, that we love dearly. Go and show him the love, because he's a fantastic UFC player in the sense of an entertainer as well. And he does a great job with the community, doesn't he, J-Dan?
Yeah, listen to me. Rasta is one of the most genuinely entertaining guys in the community. Like, he may say some out-of-pocket stuff that's funny, but he's a real entertaining dude and a good UFC player.
So go and follow him, guys. Go and give him some love. Go and show him the prime time appreciation and the guarantee. Love yous all, and we'll see you next week.